How are you?
How are you, Danielita?
That sounded
Different?
yeah. I'm used to Daniel Lira.
Danielira. I don't know where that came from.
I have no idea.
Yeah, somebody, Alejandro maybe? Kokiro or Danielira? Somebody
No.
jokingly said it with an R or
No, I
wrote
think
it
it
with an
started
R.
with you.
No, because I saw it. It's somebody jokingly writing it with an R.
Yeah, but they did that because I remember that comment, but they did that after. You
But
were
I
calling
think I
me
was saying
Daniel Lira.
Danielira or Danielita.
It was your
Danielita?
way. Yeah, it was your way of calling my name in English, I guess.
Yeah, but no, it wasn't me. I'm 100% sure of that. So I just took what somebody said, somebody pointed out, and ran with it. And now it's the intro.
Yeah.
It replaced Let's Get Started.
Well, hey everyone, welcome to
Hey everyone.
Uh-huh.
Hey, yeah, it replaced the Hey everyone.
Yeah, because that was the actual intro. Then
Yeah.
the Let's Get Started was the intro for the painting session.
Yeah, it's the first thing that I would say. You know, I was never looking for doing stuff like that. Like to have something that you would repeat every single time in the intro and then in the voiceover. No, but it just, I don't know.
It just happened.
It felt uncomfortably right.
Yeah.
So.
Your mom was saying
Oh,
hello.
Olgis. The Olgis.
Yeah,
Hola,
number
Olguín.
one comment.
Olguín.
Hola, Olguita.
Eso quiere decir que la Olgis tiene la campanita.
Muy bien.
Sí, yo creo.
Wait.
Wait.
Hi, everyone.
That was an early wait.
We're
So I'm going to paint you,
live.
Danny, and resting a little bit. And I thought it would be nice going a little bit from the conversation. I mean, we didn't really expand on that conversation, and I'm sure I don't need anyone to agree with me on my viewpoint on when we were discussing the Mona Lisa, the caking of the Mona Lisa.
Oh, by the way,
yes, I'm sorry.
I wanted to tell you,
please,
but I forgot.
Okay.
My sister sent me a photo because my sister is in Paris.
In Paris.
In Paris.
In Paris.
And she specifically sent me the photo of the crowd around the Mona Lisa.
Oh, please.
So,
could you show me and could you show it to if it's okay?
Yeah. Well, it's complicated for me to show it. Maybe you can put it there so they can see it.
Why is that? Like a
Because in the camera it always glares.
Oh no, I was thinking of like if you wanted to
Oh, but you can put it there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Isn't it just another painting? Isn't it funny?
Yeah, but she just sent me that this morning, so.
What is this? I forget what there is right next to it.
Está en el chat, entonces si haces hacia afuera se sale.
Okay. I don't know what that is. Maybe Giorgione or maybe Giorgione?
I can't see.
Yeah, and this is Lotto, maybe. Or Tiziano or Giorgione, I think. In here. Oh, that's Tintoretto, I think. Pretty sure. So all I'm saying is like he's surrounded by geniuses. Like so it looks like Venetian painting. But paintings that are probably as good as that painting. But this is I love how people are looking like this kid is looking there, this kid is looking there, this guy's looking over there. She's looking past it.
They're just waiting for the moment.
Or maybe they're looking for the chance. She's glancing at it. Yeah.
They're trying to go up front to take the picture.
Yeah. Hoping that maybe the glass still has like something smeared.
Yeah, because my sister then sent me this one, which is from the Mona Lisa.
Okay.
No, I mean, nothing happened. I mean,
Yeah. So this is good because we want to attest that
There's
the
no
glass
Oh, I can see you in the reflection.
that the glass is intact.
Mm-hmm.
The glass looks perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
Perfectly fine.
No glass was harmed.
No glass was harmed with the stunt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What a weird thing. Oh, sadness, I guess.
Oh, sadness.
Yeah, I mean, if this is the way we want to experience art, great, I guess. I don't know. If we are happy with this, then I guess, sure. It just shows that human beings can grow accustomed to anything. You know, if they tell you that, if in 5 years they tell you that you have to be a little farther away, we're going to be like, okay. Okay. I mean, it would be awesome if we could just see it like across the room.
Yeah.
You know, and it would become like a pixel, like a speck.
Yeah, you can't enter the room.
Right.
But you can enter the room that's right, like to the right to that.
I
So you
know.
have to kind of
You can
try and see.
Yeah, off the corner of your eye. Corner Lisa. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess, you know, sure.
Mini Lisa.
Yeah.
The mini Lisa. So you can't see
Mona
it.
Mona Pixel.
Well, it was Mona Lisa, Mini Lisa.
Mini
So-
Pixel? Mini, yeah.
No.
Mona Pixel, I like.
I like Mini Lisa.
There you go. So you can vote for Mini Lisa or Mona Pixel. Please tell us which.
Everyone's going to say Mona Pixel.
Which-
But I think
No, your Mini Lisa is good.
Mini Lisa sounds
actually like
more
that.
like Mona Lisa.
Yeah, I like that one
Just
too.
in my opinion.
So I'm going to paint. So why am I painting you? Aside from, you know, always enjoying painting you. Which was a surprise, quite a surprise when somebody in chat said, why don't you paint Danny? I mean, yeah.
No, yeah, but it was nice.
No,
'cause I mean,
oh,
they
no.
were new.
No, everyone
here.
that's new, all those, you know, comments are welcome. But
I'm sorry, before that, I have to say,
uh-huh.
I have to take a, what was the
Oh,
name?
go for it.
Cough drop?
Well, yeah, you're
So
always
maybe-
you're going to be always good with cough drop.
Okay. No se dice así.
No, you're perfect. I
Okay.
thought you were going to say the word
Losange.
lozenge.
So I'm going to take one. 'Cause,
Lozenge.
it's hurting a little bit, but maybe it's going to be a little bit annoying.
Oh, it's not.
I'm sorry.
No, don't worry.
So,
I know that people love when you have these condenser mics and you just do this
I hate that. Like,
throughout
yeah.
the video.
No.
And then some cracking when you don't want to suck on the cough drop enough. Or
well,
when you've sucked on enough
I
on
was
the cough
saying
drop.
that it was going to be weird because I have to kind of maneuver the cough drop
Maneuvering
in a
the
way
cough
that
drop.
it doesn't like
Go for it. I don't know
affect
where we're going. Affect, yeah.
my speech.
Oh, this very elaborate way.
Yeah,
of
'cause
saying,
sometimes
I
it
can't
sounds-
talk with the cough drop in my mouth.
Exactly.
Yeah, very nice.
So I have to say, I'm sorry,
No, go
before you
ahead.
continue.
Yes, please.
Felipe Leoni said, I like Mini Lisa.
Mini Lisa.
Cody Winnicky said, Mini Lisa is on point.
There you go. So, as always, Danny, the popular vote, yours. Always.
But what were you saying? That someone asked, why don't you paint me? And
Oh yeah. So no. So I've you know, for people that are new, I have painted you you know 1,000 times, and I could paint you 1,000 more because it's, you know, another way I get to observe you and think about you and remind myself of all the wonderful things that you are. So I'll always take that opportunity for sure. But for the people that don't, you know, that maybe are not super familiar with our channel, we welcome you first and we thank you. And we would invite you to look at, you know, there's over 400 videos. Well, we probably are over 500.
yeah,
We
counting
didn't do anything.
the live sessions.
Yeah, we were
forgot.
going to do something for the 500.
me
'cause
tell
it's
you-
like a super arbitrary number. But
We can
wanted
do
to
it for the
celebrate it.
508.
508. That looks like a great number.
Uh,
508.
we have no, we haven't reached the
No?
500.
Oh.
We're in 497.
Dude, 3 more. What? What day is today?
Or
Wednesday?
I don't know if they're counting this one we're doing.
So it's either
Because it's
Friday
still
or
not
Monday.
a video, so exactly.
Ooh, so we're celebrating. Huge celebration, by the way.
Hmm.
I'm gonna wear a tux. Not really.
Yeah, I'm gonna wear high heels.
Oh, I know what I can do. Oh, I have an idea. I have an idea. So I have an idea, but we'll celebrate it on Monday.
Okay.
Okay, for visual correspondence.
Mhm.
I have an idea.
Okay.
Maybe it's horrible, but I think we can pull it off.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll
I love
take.
that I'm saying okay, and I
Oh,
have no
that's-
idea what I'm saying
but you love
okay
this.
to.
Yeah, you always like that.
What, saying okay to?
Well, I'm always like, Danny, would you care to go with me? Yes. Yes. Anyway.
But
yes.
I've told you it's because I love like being around you, and I know that sounds cheesy, but it's true. I mean, I have a lot of fun.
We like being together.
Yesterday, I'm sorry, no. Talk about what you were trying to say
Yeah.
before I interrupted you
Please.
10 times, and then I'll tell the
Please,
story about the movie we saw yesterday.
Oh, okay. This in no way is saying that this is what I, this is what I think art should feel like, or should look like, or should be the way in which art, or should be the way in which art can be experienced, or I wish would be experienced. But we have a sculpture, a very beautiful sculpture, wood sculpture of Fernando Rosas.
Yes.
Yeah, and we, in our own small curatorial way, we put it right next to a Wilfred Wood drawing that we also purchased, and it's really nice because they're both like sleeping, reclining poses, very different from one another, and you were lying on the couch, and I saw you, and I was like, this is perfect. And I just love this kind of layered effect of living with art.
Mm-hmm.
Living, that's the way art is supposed to be, like part of life. And I don't think we've ever told like Samu or Fer, like, oh, don't touch it, or no, this is a sculpture, this is expensive, don't touch it, or don't touch this drawing. No, it's just, I like that they feel that it's there.
And part of their lives too.
Yeah, that it's there. It's
I think
nothing...
the only time we've said something was when Fer was trying to lift the sculpture you have of the elephant.
Oh yeah, because
I remember I was like, Fer, that's super heavy, so
Yeah,
let me help you. But that's like the only thing.
Yeah, it's like a bronze sculpture that if it
has
falls
like
on your
marble
foot, and if it falls on your foot,
exactly,
it's gonna break your foot, and it's gonna be, because that thing is like a weapon.
Yeah. No, and I remember she was trying to do that because I was trying to clean the table. She was trying to help me. So I told her, like, let me do that one and you take the other one.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we never tell them.
No, it's never like hands off. It's never like, yeah, don't touch this. Don't look at it. It's expensive. Don't. Because usually the interaction with art is surrounded by don't.
Mm-hmm.
And the truth is, again, we're not telling anyone how to display their art, or how to live with their art, or how to enjoy their art. But this is quite beautiful for us. So it's just, it is part of our space. It is part of our living space. The same way my figures and statues are part of my space, and I love them. And Fer comes here and she says, who her favorite is, and she grabs like a little head, and it drives. I mean, I die a little bit inside when I see that, but still, I like it. They're not like under a piece of glass.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of collectors put them on a piece under like some glass, and they protect them, and that's fine. They see them as investments. To me, they're art because they are as much art as anything that we have in here that we can call art is. But we live with it, and it's great. It's beautiful, I feel. I think it's absolutely beautiful when you can just live amongst art, and it doesn't feel like the art itself creates boundaries around it, like these um, invisible boundaries that you're not supposed to cross because it would be disrespectful towards art. It's like you should respect that piece and the artist, so you shouldn't touch it, or you should just stand back. Not really. We have stuff everywhere, everywhere of all types of art. And I love that. I absolutely love that. So I can understand why that would be different than living right next to a Giorgione. And I know. But in many ways, I also feel that it should be the same. So anyways, so I just I just really liked you lying in this couch, you're reclining right next to like these echoings of reclining and sleeping. Even though the sculpture of Fernando is not quite visible, I think the fact that I know it's there, you know it's there, we know what that sculpture, we know how we feel about that sculpture, we know how much we love that sculpture. And then the Wilfred Wood, which again, I think we could say that about every piece. Like, we know how much we love it, we know how much it means to us.
I mean, that's why we got them.
Yeah, so it's just that knowledge that, I think when you start to live with art so much, it starts to become part of you. And in many ways, because it's part of you, it just feels natural. It just feels so natural. And I guess, I would say, because maybe some people think that this is about respecting old masters and respecting super high art, like, what Mona Lisa is for sure, or Da Vinci is for sure. But we also went to the Solo collection.
Yeah.
Colección Solo, ¿era que se llamaba?
Espacio Solo.
Espacio Solo in Madrid, which is all contemporary stuff. And it's really a weird vibe, because it's like, hey, we don't charge for entry. You just have to you just have to sign up. You have 2 days during the week.
But it's like we're going to run through every room, because that's why I didn't like it.
And it's, no. It's like, this is, and they would say stuff like, yeah, this is a collection, but the collectors didn't want to close off this collection, even though it's like private collection. They wanted to make it for the people. And so it's open for the people, so you guys can actually walk around it and say, but not really. I mean, that's what that's the selling point.
What they tell.
That's what they say. But then you realize that you're having a tour that, only lasts however long it takes for them to describe what is in the room. So they'll say, like, almost like little cue card things of, this is a painting by blah, 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 which means that, and they try to like impose a very ridiculous kind of meaning on their work. It sounds like a really bad art presentation, to be honest. It sounded very high school presentation of art. Like if your art teacher would tell you, hey, you have to do a presentation on blah, and you don't understand anything that's coming out of your mouth, but you found it on some blog, and you're just going to repeat whatever it is that you found. It felt like that. It felt like, oh my God. Like, if this person didn't memorize all these things that they have to say about these artists, they don't understand what they're talking about. They could not, like, if you take that away from them, and if you tell them, let's talk about this piece, they wouldn't know what to say. So it was very weird, because it was like, this is not a private collection. This is for the people. It's open for the people, but don't touch it. Don't touch anything. It's going to be quick. The tour is going to be fast. We can't stay here for too long. If you ask too many questions, you will have to move along. And there's going to be somebody in front. There's going to be somebody in charge that's in front of you. And there's going to be somebody in charge behind you. When we got there, we had just had breakfast, and Danny had just had like coffee. So she was just like, oh, I need a bathroom. And I was like, oh no, I'm sure there's a bathroom upstairs. So when we got there, she was like, oh, can I use the bathroom, please? Could you show me where the bathroom is? And the guy was like, let me see. No, okay. Because another guy had said if they could use the bathroom, and they were like, okay, there's going to be a bathroom tour. So there's going to be somebody showing you to the bathroom and then showing you back. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, and I have to say that when I went to the bathroom, they had Joan Cornella. Yeah. yeah, I don't know if people don't know him. He does like
Oh yeah,
he
he's
makes
super
like
cool.
this comic,
Yeah, it's like comic strippy,
cruel,
very, very, very dark.
dark humor.
Layers of darkness.
Exactly. And there was like a framed painting he did, and I was like staring at the painting, and I think it's the longest I could stare at any piece they had there, because it was in the bathroom. I mean, it wasn't like in
awesome.
front of the toilet, so I wasn't like sitting in the toilet, but there was
But
like a
I
hallway
love that.
to the bathroom.
The longest interaction that I had with
It
a
was in the
piece
hallway of the bathroom.
was in the bathroom.
Exactly.
I love that. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
you
no,
hadn't
and
told
it was
me that.
no, and I told you that I was like, oh, they have Joan Cornella's work, so maybe we're gonna be able to see it later. And I was like, maybe I can show it to you later. Of course, we couldn't, because I mean, we entered rooms that were pretty small,
Yeah.
but that were packed
Yeah.
with art and with amazing things.
There were this has nothing
like,
to
the
do.
collection is amazing.
Yeah, this has nothing to do. Our comments have nothing to do with the quality of the work was there.
No, I think that, I mean, it's even
Sadder
that's
the fact
the reason why it's sad,
exactly.
because it's so good. All the things they have are amazing. So, I mean, for you to be able to say, I entered a room and I saw like a bunch of super cool artists, but I can't tell you what I saw, because it was so
show you
fast.
what I saw. Yeah.
Exactly. It was so fast that I just remember 2 of the 40 pieces that were in this room. So, yeah.
Yeah, so again, it's not this I think this goes beyond beyond the fact that, you know, somebody wanted to make a statement in a very theatrical way. I hadn't heard the audio. I heard it today for the first time.
I haven't heard it.
No, so when the kid does that,
But
I mean,
he's not a kid. He's like 40.
What?
Yeah.
He looked like a kid.
No,
Oh,
well,
I thought he
mean,
was a
no,
kid. I thought he was like early 20s. Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I got to look better now.
Let's see. Yeah, because I remember I read he was like almost 40.
What? Doesn't look
Yeah.
it. But I mean, yeah, fine. I mean, it's
36-year-old
okay,
man.
no,
Yeah.
that's a dude. No. Yeah. So that's not
It's not like a kid. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a kid. So let me rephrase that. Thank you, Danny.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so when the guy does that, fine. Like, theatrics aside, I mean, it's ridiculous. It's dumb. It's whatever. I'm sure that the fact that I'm still seeing stuff today, like memes today coming out of this, it means that he did his job. Like, what he wanted to do was exactly that. For people to talk about this, for people to say, okay, what the hell was he talking about? No, it's about Earth, that we should be more careful with the environment. And,
But he just said that?
well, he said think about Earth or something like that. Yeah, I saw the
Because I
translation.
don't get the connection.
Oh, there's no connection. There's no
Like,
No,
was
no.
maybe the cake like a mud cake?
no.
So it would make
No,
more
this was
sense?
just-
Or
he knew that there was going to be an audience, so he just wanted to.
yeah, but it's like throwing a cake and saying, I don't know, save the butterflies. It's like, what?
Yeah.
I mean, they're not connected.
Oh,
Because
no.
I thought that maybe he had
No.
like an intent.
as a statement, it's ridiculous.
Mhm.
As a way of, yeah, as I mean, the solidity of that statement, no, ridiculous.
Yeah.
If this was an art piece,
1 out of 5. 1
Yeah.
out of 10.
yeah, it's terrible. You failed. That's
Yeah, 'cause-
terrible.
I mean, if it had to do something, and I know it's not, I mean, it wasn't the intention, but if it had been the intention,
Yeah.
what we were talking yesterday about, maybe talking about how people have to contemplate art, and I use the word contemplate because that's the thing you can
Yeah.
do from a distance. I mean, you have to just like be there standing up, take a picture, take a selfie, and go. It's like you can't really appreciate what you're seeing.
Right.
If maybe it had something to do with that, like with the crystal, showing how the crystal was like It's like another layer you have to have between the artwork and you. That would make more sense.
Some sense, I feel.
Some
Yes.
sense. Yeah. Yeah. At least you would say, okay, he did this and he did it because of this.
Yeah.
But
And
it's
it-
like
and
cake,
it didn't
Mona
damage-
Lisa, the earth.
And it didn't damage anything. I think there was more pain felt when they tackled him, because they tackled him pretty, pretty strongly. So pretty fiercely. But nothing happened. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. It was in terms of the effect it had on the piece or nothing. It was nothing. Nothing happened.
Yeah, that's why
Windex.
yesterday I was saying that what he did is putting cake on a glass.
Yes.
On a very thick glass.
Very thick, very expensive glass.
Exactly.
Probably. It's probably one of the most expensive pieces of glass that you'll find. I would guess.
Well, the thickness has to be crazy.
As thick as you can make bulletproof glass, I think. It's probably because I don't know. I'm sure that when they did this, they probably had to insure they probably have to get a quote to insure the Mona Lisa.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd be thrilled to know how much
Let's see.
how much they are paying for this piece to be insured for. So I'm sure it has, and it has traveled. Mona Lisa has traveled, so anytime it travels, I don't think it's ever going to travel again. But every time it has traveled, I know it traveled to the U.S. So
Okay,
I'm sure
so I have it here. The highest known insurance valuation for a painting was assessed for the move of the Mona Lisa from the Louvre to Washington, D.C.
There we go.
And it was $100 million.
Okay, this was in the 70s, I feel. Late 70s.
It's, let me see.
I think so, right?
1962.
60s, yeah.
100 million in 1962.
Yeah, this was
So try and make,
JFK times, I feel.
like, try to think about what that money would translate to nowadays.
You can do it. There's like
All right.
inflation calculations, and so dollars 1962 to today. But it's not like a one-to-one thing, because things can grow in value, and if anything, that piece has grown in value. That piece will grow in perpetuity, I feel, in value. Do you want me to do it?
No, I'm doing it. I just don't know if the number is
Let me see super quick.
very big to do it. Because it says NAN. So, like, there's not an answer. Let me try in another one.
Today. It's about $1 billion.
Exactly. I mean,
Yeah, it's about $1 billion, which we, without knowing it, that's what we said yesterday. If you had to value that work of art, in my mind, it would be the first work of art to reach like $1 billion.
yeah.
Because I don't think, wow.
Well, here it says, yeah, I'm sorry, but it was a calculator because it says, please use values less than 10 million.
Yeah, no.
So-
It was 960 million, so about $1 billion. And I would say nowadays it's probably even more than that. But yeah, but it's like trying to price the Sistine Chapel. No, okay, what? I mean, there's no way to put a number to the value that has. But I don't know. I think again, as a statement, it was kind of dumb, or as a way of delivering a message, dumb.
Yeah. Because Cody was saying maybe he's pointing out the absurdity that all these people are cramming in a tiny room to view the Mona Lisa in this stupid way, but people choose to turn a blind eye to the earth and climate issues. I don't know. I'm just kind of guessing. Yes, no, I get that. I mean, I get what he tried to say. The thing is that I think that the cake, like throwing a cake,
Well, throwing a cake is
like
just
echoes nothing to that. I don't know. You know that
but it's
I'm
just like
super
egging.
intentional.
It's like egging somebody.
Yeah, but you know that I'm super intentional with the things. I mean, if you're gonna do a performance, the things you do have to make sense to what you're trying to communicate.
Yeah,
That's why I said maybe if he threw a mud cake,
but I
it
think
would talk a little bit more about Earth.
yeah, but I think I don't think that was the point.
No,
I
yeah.
think the point was just to get publicity, which he did, and that was it. And in that sense, perfect. In that sense, I feel that he did his job because clearly, tons of people paid attention. And even though pieces get restored and pieces get attacked and then pieces get restored, and I think that that's going to happen ad infinitum. I don't know. I guess I'm glad that nothing happened because nothing happened, but I also feel it's the more I see it, it's ridiculous. So I was telling you that I heard it. It was the first time I heard
the audio. Yeah.
and there's this woman screaming no, and it's so funny. I wonder what went through her brain, like no.
Yeah, maybe she hadn't had the chance to take the selfie.
Oh yeah,
So
maybe
she
it
was like,
ruined her
no,
picture.
I came all the way here.
No, actually, the cooler picture was just God bless those people that got the guard wiping the. And I loved how the guard had like a handkerchief, like he just took it out of his pocket or something. He took it upon himself to like try to clean it, but it smeared it even more. I love that part. I was like dying. I was like, oh God, this is so. I mean, it's funny. It's just funny because nothing had happened. So it would have been the same thing to just wait for somebody with a squeegee to like, properly clean it than to, I wonder if they made everyone leave the room while they were cleaning. Maybe. I probably think that because I didn't really see anyone taking pictures of the final wipe down,
Yeah, I think they.
So maybe they cleared everyone out.
Yeah.
Until they squeegeed the glass, because God knows you didn't pay a ticket to see somebody squeegee the glass, which is probably what the people that are in charge do every night.
Yeah.
Maybe every other night they have to clean that glass.
No, I think not every other night.
Every day
they have to clean that
every
glass.
night. Yeah, you don't want smudges there. You don't want people to ruin the experience of people. Looking at this painting from, 6 meters back to then say, I was 6 meters away and sadly there was a smudge on the face. So I couldn't see it properly. Very sad. 2 stars. Louvre.
So,
anyways.
Doña Miriam Díaz dice... Pues decía, ya creo que ya no está acá.
Ya, nunca está, no.
Sí, no, mi mamá escribe y se va. Está diciendo, buenas tardes desde Colombia. Un abrazo inmenso, mis cholidines, grandes maestros. Mami, te amo.
Muy querida la gente de Colombia.
Muchas gracias y un abrazo hasta Colombia, mami.
No, tan lejos ese país. Muy lindo me han dicho.
Emilio Sorni dice, hola, buenas tardes. Margot también estaba diciendo hola. Camila O'Gorman dice hola.
Buenas tardes a todos.
Hola a Emilio, Camila y Margo. Nicola Smijarevich said hi, guys. Hi, Nicola.
Nicola is becoming a
frequent viewer.
Yeah.
I'm happy to see that too. Welcome every time you can, Nicola. Marcelo Peralta said in all caps, hi everyone. And then he said, oops, sorry for the caps.
Yeah, Marcelo.
It's like an exciting hi everyone.
Yeah, but it's like...
he was screaming. Yeah, everyone was talking.
I came into the room and I said hi and nobody noticed. So please.
Yeah. Annalise Atlas said hi, guys. Hi, Annalise. May Shukla said, hello, Nicolas and Danny. The weather is nice where I am, so I'm going outside to do some plein air painting.
Oh, very nice.
Awesome.
Let us know how that goes.
Awesome. Are we? I mean, you're planning to go out, and do you have a way to listen to this? Because maybe they were just saying, "Oh, I'm gonna go out," and then they just go out.
Well,
and not listen to the stream. No, because I wanted to
yeah,
ask
I
what
wouldn't do. I personally,
wouldn't.
I don't know if I would be listening to a live stream if I'm painting outdoors.
Maybe I would.
I personally,
but I was
me.
thinking out loud because I wanted to ask what's the location they were gonna paint. But then I thought maybe they're out painting now and they can't answer. But we'll
Yeah.
see.
We are totally fine if people go paint, and not necessarily listen to us in our live. You could catch it later. That's totally fine. That's what I mean, that's what I would feel. Because I like to feel that we promote painting. You know, painting is part of your life, and painting and staying in, going out, doing anything that you feel like you need to have to do to paint. And if we truly promote that, that means that sometimes people can't listen to us live. And I think that's great. That's fine. That's super fine. That's totally fine. I think that one of the liberties that we have is that we don't really live off the videos. We don't. That's the truth. I mean, we get $4, and I think it's now less and less and less.
Yeah, I don't know why. We're getting like
because we're getting
$3
less views
or
and less views. And
$2.
that's fine. That's super, super fine. But if the message is sent and people just, people enjoy more the art that they're doing, and it becomes more and more part of their everyday lives, that is awesome.
Yeah, and again, as we said, like as we've said a lot of times, if people can feel our companion through the live streams, that's amazing.
Yeah, if we can provide company for you guys,
that's what I
while
was
you're
trying
working,
to say.
Yeah, that's.
Was it like a weird way of phrasing it?
No, I think you always get your idea across, so
Okay.
I wouldn't worry. I think it's always you're always good.
Jair Piñeros dice, hola Dani, Nico, everyone. Hola Jair. Camila Ogorman was saying, we won't be able to see your high heels, Danny. Yeah, that was the joke. I mean, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna wear high heels, I promise. Because you're never seeing my feet. Maybe it was a lame joke, but for the 500 videos.
Oh.
You said you were gonna wear a tuxedo.
Okay.
And I was thinking they can't see you, so you can say, oh, I'm wearing a tuxedo. So I said, oh, I'm gonna wear high heels because they're not seeing my...
What? No, because it's on Monday. What are you talking about?
After that, you said we can do it on Monday, but you were saying maybe it's a Friday.
Oh, because I don't know
Monday.
when, but I mean, because you were saying that we don't know if they're counting today's video as 498.
Yeah, but you're making me explain my joke. I was just saying high heels because they can't see what I'm wearing. I mean, what shoes I'm wearing. So.
Okay, I'm going to leave it at that.
Javi Gomez dice, hola a todos. Hola, Javi. Robin. Hi, Robin.
Hey,
How
Robin.
are you? Darian Gallardo dice, hola a todos. Es un formato más grande de lo normal, la pintura de hoy. No, es el mismo. Este es 42 por 30 centímetros.
Lo que pasa
es que como está en horizontal, nos queda un poco complicado si ponemos también la paleta, porque tocaría poner la cámara muy atrás.
O usar la otra, el
Sí.
otro lente que es como un zoom.
Ujú.
Pero ese lente no es tan bueno.
Y también estoy pensando que se vería muy chiquita la pintura.
Sí, tendríamos que...
Como que se vería pintura y mucho espacio en blanco, entonces por eso se ve hoy más grande la imagen en la pantalla. Mauricio Hilgert was saying hello, people.
Hello.
Hi, Mauricio. Mossy was saying hello to you too. Good to see you. Hi, Mossy. How are you? Happy to have you here. Tani was saying, hey guys, drawing while watching the live today.
Awesome.
Nikola Smijarevich said, I'm always watching the videos, but not live. I never make it. You guys are the best. Oh, thank you, Nikola. Thank you, and we're happy that you've been able to catch some videos live.
I wonder if it's Nicola or Nicola.
Maybe they can let us know.
Yeah. So accent on the O or on the A?
No.
Or on the I?
I.
On the
yeah. Marcelo Peralta said, Mini Lisa it's a very iconic case of tradition outliving meaning and usefulness.
Yep.
I love that they said Mini Lisa. Berica said, hello everyone, finally catching live after missing few recent ones. Have you guys changed the usual times you go live?
Not really. This is kind of our usual. The thing is we've done early ones in a couple of days, but this is, when we look back, this is actually our kind of go-to time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's why we always say around 1:30 Colombian time. Around. That could mean 1.
4.
That could mean 2, 4, 5.
No, we're kidding with that, but
yeah,
we're always close to after lunch for us.
Exactly. Jair Piñeros said, $4, what is that? Like a chorizo con arepa y una empanada? No, you're being like super generous. Oh, no, maybe.
What?
$4. The things, I mean, that's the money we get from one video. Chorizo con arepa y una empanada de pronto.
16, sí, un almuerzo.
No, 16. Se puede conseguir un corrientazo, pero ya algunos son más caros.
No, 16,000 pesos.
Se consigue, sí,
no,
pero estoy
16
pensando.
16,000 pesos almorzamos
Chorizo
los dos.
con arepa, ¿qué?
Sí, hay sitios de 8,000 cada uno, sí.
No.
Todavía medio existen.
No.
Sí.
Pero son muy difíciles de encontrar, es lo que estoy diciendo.
Sí,
o sea, al sitio que veo a mi mamá, que dan corrientazos, es muy rico, 13,000.
No, está costoso. Para mí un corrientazo...
Es que yo me quedé en que el corrientazo era 10,000 o menos.
7,000 para mí.
Por eso, pero
en
es
mi
que
cabeza era
ya no
6,000
es así
y luego
tan
7,000. Y después sí, hay sitios que los empezaron a subir terrible. Pero... no, pero por 16 comemos los dos.
Yo quiero saber
100%.
si hay alguien en Colombia que me diga cuánto cuesta un corrientazo en su...
O si uno les dice corrientazo,
No.
¿cuánto piensan?
¿Cuánto
¿En qué valor
día?
piensan?
Porque es que yo también creo que tú hace rato no vas a comer un corrientazo y no te has dado cuenta de los precios, porque cuando yo volví yo le decía a mi mamá, pero está carísimo, y mi mamá me decía, ¿cómo así?
No, pero mi amor, por 16,000 pesos en Bogotá comen 2 personas 100% seguro. Estoy 100% seguro que con 16,000 pesos almuerzan 2 personas.
Bueno, de pronto tienes razón. Estoy diciendo que el que quedaba cerca de mi mamá cuesta 13,000 y es el más barato que hay por ahí.
También depende de la zona, obviamente. Sí, la más fácil es como
sí,
aceptar
3 pelos dice, hay de 7,000 en mi barrio.
Sí.
Entonces sí, pido disculpas.
No.
Pues, o sea, literalmente yo estaba hablando porque pensé cuando dijo Jair que chorizo con arepa y empanada, iba a decir que de pronto chorizo con arepa y que hay sitios donde está tan caro que de pronto uno ni le alcanza para la empanada.
Ah, sí, que han subido los precios, sí, 100%, pero...
Mira, dice Jair, cuando me fui de Colombia el corrientazo era 5,000 en Tunja. Y Jair dice, 3 pelos, ¿cuál es el barrio? Andrés Gómez dice, están por los 13,000, pero hace poco vi uno de 9,000.
Sí,
exacto.
Sí, subieron, sí, fue...
Pero si ves que 13,000 es, o sea, no me lo estaba inventando, es que yo dije 13,000, se me hace caro para un corrientazo.
Muy costosísimo.
Sí.
13,000 hay platos en restaurantes.
Santiago Collantes dice, en San Victorino se consiguen corrientazos a 8,000. Camilo Vargas dice, en Chapinero todavía se consiguen almuerzos baratos, pero hay lugares donde los rapitenderos almuerzan más barato, jaja. ZD dice, normalmente es de 8,000, ejecutivo de 10,000 para arriba. Fabio Alonso Castrillón dice, saludos para ustedes, acá en Medellín están los más económicos en 9,500.
Sí, está ya costoso. Pero bueno, o sea, es que todo sube. Si la canasta familiar subió, pues todo tiene que subir.
3 pelos dice Tunjuelito, Usme y todo el sur. Y MA dice que es un corrientazo. Corrientazo es como se le dice en Colombia a un almuerzo casero, llamaría yo. A un restaurante donde venden almuerzos caseros.
Y siempre tiene sopa, seco y postre. Y jugo.
Y
Eso
jugo.
es lo importante. Sí, a uno
No,
le...
mira que ese otro corrientazo no tenía postre.
¿What?
Pues le dan dulce, pero no como postre preparado. Créeme.
No, pero muy mal.
Pues,
a uno siempre le dan un musecito, un
mira,
esponjadito.
seamos 1000% honestos. ¿Hace
¿Qué?
cuánto no vas a comerte un corrientazo?
No, pero no importa. Pero me crié, o sea...
No, yo también.
O
Yo
sea,
también.
yo
Y a mí
hubo...
me encanta.
A ver, mira y te cuento. Yo cuando estaba en la universidad, al principio me llevaba mi almuerzo en un portacomiditas todo chévere, que era como un termito. Entonces yo siempre me llevaba almuerzo casero. Yo terminaba la clase y me sentaba ahí. Incluso hay veces en el salón que me daba como mamera sentarme con más gente.
Ujú.
O alguien también tenía el almuerzo y nos sentábamos ahí y charlábamos
Sí.
y yo comía.
A mí se me burlaron una vez, tengo que contar.
¿Qué?
Que no, yo llevé mi ajiaco. Mi
Sí.
abuela Elizabeth hace el mejor ajiaco de Bogotá, de Colombia y del mundo.
Bueno,
A mí me encanta.
mi familia diría no, pero bueno.
Por eso, y todo el mundo acaba de decir, no, lo hace mi abuela, no, lo hago yo, no, lo hago,
Lo asco
lo
yo.
hago yo. Pero
Sí.
me acuerdo
Sí,
que se burlaron de mí porque yo saqué las cosas para pintura
sí.
y yo llevé, pues es que yo no me puedo comer mi ajiaco sin crema de leche.
Ujú.
Entonces yo compré una crema de leche, pero pues la que había era una crema de leche.
Un tarrito de esos de...
No, tarrito. Era como de esas que vienen en bolsa, como con tapita, pero era como
perfecto,
así
sí,
altica.
Sí, estaba pensando que era en un... ¿Cómo se llama? ¿Tetrapack? ¿No? De esos de crema de leche.
Sí, también, pero es que ese no se puede cerrar, entonces tuve que comprar el que se cerrara porque si no,
No,
pues no le voy a
perfecto.
echar todo el tarro y no voy a botar la
Perfecto.
crema de leche. Y yo saqué mis pinturas
Sí.
y saqué la crema de leche y la puse al lado de las pinturas
Mm.
y la gente se empezó a reír mucho y yo decía, ay, ¿qué?
No, pero ese... No, ahí sí, qué
Yo me
bobada.
acuerdo y yo dije, ¿qué? Y todo el mundo, no, se
Pero
equivocó y
apenas-
trajo en vez de traer blanco. Y yo, ¿qué están
Pues
diciendo?
bueno, pero de chiste bobo. Pero apenas la sacaras para el ajiaco y te lo empiezas a comer, antojas a todo el mundo, entonces...
Pues es que ya casi no había crema porque ya me había comido el almuerzo.
Bueno. Pero, no, pero te iba a decir, yo empecé así y luego hubo como un semestre que dije, ay, voy a comprar el almuerzo porque me daban descuento como
El
profe.
talonario.
Sí, me daban descuento, entonces yo dije, voy a almorzar, que la universidad ofrece también ejecutivos, y creo que eran de 10.000.
No,
Sí, sí, sí. A mí
no,
me
ya
salían-
eran más caros. Pues a ti te
No, a mí
salían.
me salían como a 10.000
A ver,
o a
miremos.
9.000, una cosa así. No, yo lo hice porque decía, ay, no está costoso. Y, y era horroroso, horrible.
No, ¿sabes qué? Después no se
No.
volvió tan feo. ¿Sabes qué pasa?
Horrible era. Bueno, lo digo en mi experiencia, perdón.
Que los restaurantes eran llenísimos todos.
Mm,
Pues entonces uno no podía almorzar. O sea, yo a veces llegaba y era una fila por ahí de 60 personas.
sí.
Y uno decía, no, pues tengo un hueco de 1 hora. Pues, ¿cómo? Mira, acá dice, un desayuno, en promedio en la universidad, esto es en la página de la Javeriana, un desayuno puede costar entre 5.000 y 7.000 y un almuerzo entre 9.600 y 18.000.
Buah. Sí, por eso, pero yo me acuerdo que el corrientazo, el que era sopa, seco y postre y juguito, costaba como, me salía como a 9.000, yo no me acuerdo, si era como algo así, que era como a 9.000 o de pronto ya menos era porque esto ya fue hace ratico. Y era horrible, pero yo ya lo había pagado y me tuve que mamar como un
No,
poco
pero
de...
mamar, no.
Qué pena, me tuve que aguantar un poco de meses porque yo decía, no, pues ya lo pagué. Y entonces ese semestre la sufrí, o sea, yo en serio los días que me tenía que quedar allá a almorzar, yo decía, esto es el peor día de mi semana, horrible. Y después dije, bueno, no más, no
No, y
más.
teniendo todos esos restaurantes tan
Sí,
ricos
entonces,
pasando el túnel.
Después salía, yo creo que el mejor era ese de carnes, que había como Era
ese a
como
ti
el
te
primero.
encantaba, sí.
Sí, es que era...
Como siguiente a la derecha, como primera
sí,
cuadra a la
exacto.
derecha, súper rico.
Y enormes las
No,
porciones.
ay, ¿cómo se llamaba el que a mí me encantaba donde vendían mi ajiaquito delicioso? También muy rico, tengo que decir.
Uy, ahí era
Era
súper
apenas tú
buena
salías
carne,
a
buen
mano,
pollo.
como al final de esa esquina a mano derecha,
Ujú.
al frente de lo de los tacos de la W.
Muy buenos,
Uy, increíbles.
muy
Sí,
buenos.
sí, sí.
Sí, era buena
Pero bueno,
comida.
bueno, yo creo que mucha gente acá está como
Sí,
tacos de la W.
sí. ¿Esto es un
Sí.
canal de qué, perdón?
Andrés Gómez dice, yo estudié en la Nacho y uno encontraba almuerzo dentro de la U hasta por 3.000. Aunque eso fue hace ratico, jeje.
Sí, no sé, no diga la edad. Ahí está diciendo la edad, yo creo.
Jair Piñeros dice que universidad era la Javeriana
Nosotros la Javeriana, sí.
de Bogotá. Camilo Vargas dice, debajo del puente de la Nacho también es bueno. Paston said, the painting looks so good already. I
Thank
kind
you.
of want to stop now.
Oh, I wish. Yeah, you know what I'm struggling with? The fact that I like what I painted. No, we're going to make it work. Cuz if I want to fit all the things that I have to fit, the face would have had to be smaller, but I wouldn't want. That's always my problem, that when I realize if I want to fit like a lot more, then usually I tend to, maybe wrongfully, but I tend to give an exaggerated hierarchy to my figures. So the way I always, I guess, favor that disproportion is by making them bigger on the picture plane, which means that I always have to struggle to then fit everything else. But I have to say, in that struggle, in that genuine struggle to fit everything, I think that gives my paintings in the past a lot of character, because there's weird things happening in the space, and a lot of them are because I want to paint them that way. That is intentional, but a lot of them is like, oh, I couldn't make this fit, or I made this bigger. Now I have to deal with all these other shapes. Make it work. So I'm happy. I'm always like, why did it happen again? And then I'm always like, okay, make it work.
Andrés Gómez dice, jajaja, la misma de Nico. La edad,
Bueno,
pues.
somos contemporáneos entonces.
Fabio Alonso Castrillón dice, yo estudié en la Universidad de Antioquia y la comida rica la vendían afuera de la U porque los de adentro no tenían sazón, jeje.
Raro oír eso en Medellín.
Sí, no, pero yo sí he oído eso, o sea, es como, yo me acuerdo, la comida de mi colegio a mí me parecía muy rica, pero yo he oído mucha gente que dice que la comida del colegio era horrible. La comida dentro de la universidad, horrible. Como que de pronto es que tienen que cocinar para tanto, bueno, que un restaurante es lo mismo. Y hay unos corrientazos.
No, es porque se ahorran plata. Es la verdad es porque se ahorran. Entonces cuando uno se come un pedazo de carne, es el rejo de carne más feo.
Y no tiene
la carne
nada
de la
de
Javeriana
sal, además.
era
Sí.
así de delgadita y era como 70% gordo y fibra, esa vaina que el cuchillo ya no da más. No puede cortar nada de ese cuchillo, o uno la masca como 7 minutos y nada.
Sí,
no ha
toca
podido
sacarle
hacerle
el
nada.
sabor y toca después sacarse la carne
No.
porque no se la puede pasar uno.
Toca echársela, toca que tú lleves un caldo y toca echársela y ese caldo como para que suelte algo, pero...
Jair Piñeros dice, yo estudié en la UPTC en Tunja y la llamábamos muerte lenta, jaja.
No, los almuerzos institucionales, la verdad, normalmente son horrorosos.
Yo tengo que decir que el de mi colegio era muy rico.
Uy, el mío era horrible.
Bueno, hubo un tiempo que no era rico, hubo un tiempo que empezó a mejorar y a mí me gustaba. Yo repetía, a mí me querían en la cocina porque yo repetía siempre. M.A. estaba diciendo, hi everyone, un día más con ustedes en el atelier, trabajando en mi cast de St. Andrew.
¡Ay, qué chévere! ¡Qué bonito! Ese es clásico. Ese yeso es un clásico.
Nikola Smijarevich said, it's on the eye. Haha. So yeah, it's
so
Nikola.
Danny always...
No, I said Nikola. And you said maybe it's Nikola.
Oh, yeah, because Nicola is Italian,
Oh,
but he is Eastern European. So
from Croatia.
so that's why I thought it had to be a little different.
And Nicola said, and my last name is horrible for anyone not from Croatia.
Oh, let me see.
I want to know. Z-M-I-J-A-R-E-V pequeña I.
Oh, I think it's ch. I would say it ends with ch.
Yeah, I always say Smijarevich, but
Oh, I don't know about the J. I mean, usually it's h, but it could be y.
Chemijarevich.
Smijarevich.
Jmijar.
I would say Smijarevich.
No, I don't know.
Although yeah, I'm gonna say y. So tell me if I'm good. I'm gonna go with Nikola Smijarevich.
Maybe. I would love to know. Maybe if Nicola kind of help us trying to sound out how it is, like to type how it sounds. So we could try.
I think I was like an
give it a go.
80%. I'm gonna bet on me. 80%.
I'm gonna bet on me.
Yeah. Nikola Smijarevich. Or Smijarevich. Nikola Smijarevich.
That sounds legit.
Yeah. I mean, if I was like, I always think of myself as a football announcer. Like, if I was calling plays. So.
Well, but not the ones. I mean, there's some
no.
football announcers.
Oh, yeah. No. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. But
yeah.
Usually, I think football is like the window to the world because so many amazing like football players from all over this planet, and you get used to like hearing their names. So
Nicola said yes, it ends with ch.
Yeah.
But it's spelled with a second comma.
Okay.
Second
con tilde, con acento.
Con comma. Nicola's pronunciation is perfect, the last one.
Ooh.
How was it?
I forget.
Nicola.
I don't know if I put the accent on the A. Smijarevich.
Yeah. Nicola Smijarevich. I want to try.
No, go for it.
But you said Shmi or Smi?
No, I don't know. You go.
Nicola Smijarevich.
Okay, it's dying slowly there.
No, I'm trying my best. Liad was saying hello.
Hey, Liad.
Hi, Liad. How are you? Mossy was saying, I'm very well. Thank you for asking, Danny. Had a job interview today, but realized I just want to paint all the time.
Oh, I know. Isn't that the case? What's the job?
What was the
job? If you can
job?
tell us. Like, if you don't want to.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't want to share it, don't
share it,
worry.
yeah. Javi was saying hello to all. Hi, Javi. How are you? I think I have to go for a little bit of water. I'll be back.
Sure.
In a sec.
I always have trouble when the particularly form, when the description of form is not reliant upon light, on masses of light and shadow to describe the three-dimensionality of that form. I always have trouble because I always think that my drawing is going to be off. So that's why I always tend to get some sort of drawing tool or more traditional drawing tool to try to help me, because it's really dependent on small drawing marks. So I know that I have to get those right. Today was a shipping day for us. You did shipping today.
I did.
Yeah. We still have half of what we have here.
Half of what we have?
Yeah, half, HALF.
No, I know what you're saying, but of what?
Of the paintings.
Oh,
so we're still missing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of the permits.
Yeah. Yeah, some people usually ask us about that.
Like the times.
Yeah, or they think that, it's kind of a formality with us. And honestly, it is, but it isn't. We do things properly. We do things the way you're supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
Like if the Ministry of Culture tells you that if you're going to ship art, if art is not traveling with you, you need a permit. Period. Period. They have a whole website set up for those permits. I mean, and they check them like when you take it to FedEx, it's the first filter. They check to see if there's permits, and even if you don't have them, and if it goes through, when they are looking at the paperwork in the facility and the shipping like facility, whatever, they are going to look for those permits, and then the people that are in charge of what do you call it? La DIAN, los impuestos, ¿cómo se dice?
¿Aduanas?
Sí, pero ¿cómo se dice aduanas? Oh, God. Why did it leave me the word?
Why did it leave me the word?
Yeah, why did it leave me ... The word.
Customs.
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
Jesus.
the easiest word
know,
ever.
Right?
I mean, even I
we have to
knew
deal
that
with.
word.
I know. You just had to Google it this one time, but yeah.
To remember it.
Right.
But I knew the word.
Of course.
So.
So the people at customs can actually look for that paperwork, and if they don't find it, they will keep it, they will retain it, they will lose it. They don't care because you're trying to ship something illegally, let's say. So I've always said this, and I've shipped art for like over 20 years. You have to like do your paperwork. That's the one way that you're going to guarantee that everything is going to be like you're giving yourself the best option for your piece to reach safely, wherever it's traveling. So, and we are at 100%. We have been able to ship every single piece that we've sold.
Yeah, every painting has reached its destination.
Yeah, and I was like surprised. How many today? I was looking at your notebook. I was surprised.
It's like and remember that I didn't.
Can we show people? Should we show?
Yeah,
people?
but I didn't.
It's not a weird flex. I think it's just fascinating.
I didn't have the list from the beginning.
No. This is late.
Yeah, because remember I started doing the permits almost like 2021.
Oh, because I was doing them before?
Yeah, this is 2021. No, and I remember I had another notebook.
Oh.
But your mother gave me this notebook on Christmas 2020.
Okay, so I trust you with all of this.
So all 2020 is not in the list. So imagine.
Okay, let's show people because I sometimes people ask us about our logistics, and this is kind of fun. And Danny takes care of all of this, so this is all kind of Danny. I do the shipping, the boxing, and the shipping part of it. I do, but Danny does all the paperwork and all the kind of boring stuff.
I'm gonna show it here because I don't know if people want their names to be exposed.
Oh, well,
so I can show it here. No, here because you don't.
Okay, no, you're right. You're totally right.
So, yeah, and look, it says 2021.
Oh, wow.
So, I did it for 2021. So, first, I have the measurements because in the webpage, we put them on inches, but the permits have to be in centimeters.
Yeah, because that's what normal people, use.
So, I have like a little chart. I mean, this is me. You're going to know how I am. Like I did the little labels with the 2021 and I have the measurements and I have like the ones that are like the standard measurements for us. So like the big moleskin, the double little moleskin, this single little moleskin, like that. So we have this. I don't know if you can see there. Yeah, it's better there. I mean, it's this, and it's highlighted in different colors because, I mean, this means that the time we shipped all from this color, then all from this color until here, then this. So I always have to have like my color and label things, and I always put the name of the painting, the number of the permit, because once you put the permit, you ask for the permit, then you have to look for that number that they give you in order to print it and have it in the shipping format. So I have it here.
It is the interface
Mm-hmm.
and the whole way that website works. It is so broken. It is so unintuitive, so bad. It's terrible. I mean, we know how to use it now because that's our tool. But for somebody starting, oh my God.
Yeah. So I have two little squares here. One that I always do a tiny circle, and the other one where I check if I send the thank you letter for the people that buy the paintings. And the circle, when I check the circle, is because we have the permit. Like it has arrived, so it's ready to ship. Here's the place, so the country, and the name of the person who bought it. So this, and we're here. But I mean, it's a lot.
Yeah, it's been
It's
a
like,
lot of work.
I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pages in total. In each side. And it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 by page. So 23 paintings by page. So, yeah.
That's our logistic.
Yeah, this is our logistics notebook.
That's our Excel, by the.
Yeah, and because the notebook is supposed to be used like this, but at the beginning, when I was editing the videos, I did like the notes of everything I had to do for every video. So all the graphics I had to do for every video. So I have like a lot of pages of all that, all the things I did for the graphics and the editing. So I was like, color correct from this to this, more towards the red, and we need these graphics, and I need to download this and this and that. So it's all this. And then, well, I mean, there's a lot. Oh, there's a.
Was that important? Was that taxes that we had to file?
No. I have a SpongeBob heart post-it that Fer gave me. No. I mean, you can't see it, but trust me, it's a little SpongeBob. And that's why in the other way of the notebook, like the other way around the notebook, there's our shipping information.
So that's yeah.
I said information.
Yeah, that's fine. That's
information.
Fine. That
yeah.
is fine. So we're still old school. We write everything down.
Yeah. I mean, I have to be honest. I'm super organized with that. Because I think that if you don't, it's super complicated when you're gonna ship the things. Because as I was saying, you get like a number, the number of the permit you're trying to ask. And if you don't have everything, like right there when you're searching, you would have to go through the mail, like through your Gmail or whatever mail you use and check all the things. So this makes it easier.
There we go. Thank you, Danny.
You're welcome.
And thank you for all, you know that I'm always grateful. No, thank you for everything you do, because
no, and thank you for everything you do. I mean, that's
when we speak about not like none of this working if it wasn't for the fact that the two of us work, and in your case, like doing all that work aside from everything else that you do, that's what we mean. Like, this is 2-person job. So
yes. No, and thank you. I mean, as I was saying, it's our different roles. I mean, we have different roles in our painted lives, but
both equally
our
is
painted
important.
lives is a 2-person project.
Yeah.
So Elena Godina Dice, aprovechando que están hablando sobre enviar obras,
Sí.
¿cómo embalan obras en bastidor? ¿Las ponen en cajas de madera o quitan la tela y la enrollan?
Uy,
¿Qué
no.
protecciones usan? Me encanta escuchar sobre su logística, jaja, es muy interesante, como siempre, gracias por las transmisiones.
Pues digamos que nosotros hemos mandado y al comienzo cuando había unas pinturas como aparte que estábamos vendiendo, hemos mandado obras que son más grandes, pero no, siempre en tubo, siempre porque es que el embalaje de una pintura, o sea, si uno le va a hacer un guacal a una pintura, el costo,
Sí, además de enviar desde Bogotá
sí,
se
el
vuelve...
costo internacional del envío sería, pero horroroso.
Pues sí, también si uno las vende,
Sí.
o sea, si en el costo de la venta no se contempló el envío, pues sale uno es a tener que pagar más de la plata de uno que de lo que recibe, porque tocaría cobrarla muy, muy duro. Y sí, o sea, acá los envíos...
Muchas veces, se los decimos con toda honestidad, nosotros dentro de lo que es el costo de lo que pensamos que es justo que sea el costo de la pintura, terminamos subsidiando el costo del envío porque los envíos asustan mucho a las personas. Entonces, puede que uno dijera, digamos, pueda decir cualquier cosa, que la pintura vale $100 y uno le va a decir a la persona, oiga, pero enviarle esto cuesta $80. La gente dice, no, ¿cómo así?
Además, siempre la gente cree que es que uno se está queriendo quedar con esa plata.
O que uno está tomando la decisión de hacer el envío costoso y es como, no, es que no hay más, en Colombia no tenemos más opciones
Sí.
para hacer envíos internacionales.
Sí,
Acá no
pero...
hay un servicio de correos local que tenga la opción de hacer envíos internacionales, como
Sí.
sí lo tienen muchos otros países. Acá no, acá si queremos mandar algo, nos toca mandarlo por las compañías grandes que todo el mundo conoce. Nosotros escogemos una porque, pues, en términos de costo-beneficio es la que más,
Y tiempos de entrega
sí, es
también.
la que más nos ayuda, es la que como que mejor nos cuadra.
Nos queda además cerca,
Sí, entonces,
pensando que tenemos cada semana que ir a hacer los envíos, pues dependiendo de los permisos, si
sí.
llegan a tiempo.
Pero, ¿quién era la persona? Discúlpame el nombre de
Elena.
la persona. Elena.
Ujú.
Pero Elena, yo en mi vida he mandado muchísimas pinturas y por fuera y siempre es doloroso, ese envío siempre es doloroso. Las veces que he tenido que mandar, digamos, para una exposición o algo como mucho más formal que uno dice, no, pero ¿y para exposición cómo hace? Porque pues la pintura tendría que estar enmarcada o tendría que estar ya lista para presentar. Muchas veces hablo con los encargados o encargadas del espacio en donde vaya a mostrar y les digo, oigan, les tengo que mandar esto en un tubo porque el costo del envío es costosísimo y hagamos una cosa, ustedes por favor pónganmelo en bastidores. Hoy en día mostrar una pintura en un bastidor es perfectamente normal, o sea, nadie que vaya a una galería, yo he ido a galerías costosísimas contemporáneas donde hay pinturas en bastidor,
Ujú.
o sea, pinturas de cientos de miles de dólares que se presentan con el solo bastidor. No tiene nada de malo, nada de raro, nada de grave, nada. Eso es lo más común del mundo. Entonces, las galerías primero le preguntan a uno si así es como uno la quiere mostrar y si así es como uno quiere, perfecto. O
Sí.
sea, nosotros hablábamos ahorita que en el Reina Sofía vimos una obra de Raymond Pettibon y de Marcel Zama
Ujú.
que hicieron una obra debían ser como
Uy,
9,
sí,
8,
gigante.
8, 9 metros de larga por ahí 2 metros de alto, un poco más,
Ujú.
sí, por ahí,
No, incluso yo creo que un poco
de
más.
pronto. Y
Sí.
era papel que estaba, o sea, era una obra en papeles pegados, literalmente pliegos de papel pegados uno al otro para hacer ese formato tan grande. Y estaban pegados con una mezcla de chinches, alfileres,
Ujú.
o sea, nada que uno diga, no, tienen que ser puntillas sin cabeza o
Sin
tienen que
ningún
ser
tipo como
alfileres sin
de
cabeza.
montaje
No,
formal.
sí, no, eran unos chinches, unos alfileres,
Ujú.
o sea, era súper curioso, pero ya hoy en día eso también es muy bueno para uno. No está esa expectativa de que tiene que llegar enmarcada con un marco súper lindo, no. Entonces uno puede organizarse con la galería, con el espacio, con lo que sea, y decirles, oigan, les voy a mandar esto, pero yo no lo puedo enviar enmarcado porque me quiebro, o sea, no.
Pues
no.
incluso yo me acuerdo, tú has hablado de lo del figurativas.
Sí, sí,
Cuando
claro.
tú aplicaste a ese.
Sí, tu familia fue muy amable, tu
Yo
tía
tengo
muy...
una tía así que vive en España. Y yo me acuerdo que cuando Nicolás dijo, bueno, me toca mandar la pintura, ¿qué hago? Después pues yo le dije, no, mi tía te lo puede recibir allá, pero, o sea, el costo nomás de enviar el tubo hasta allá, pues es altísimo. Y si uno pensaba en mandarlo en el bastidor,
No,
no, pues impagable. Entonces, a él lo que le tocó hacer fue mandarlo en un tubo y mi tío, el esposo de mi tía, la hermana, si no estoy mal es la hermana, tiene una marquetería, entonces le dijo, nosotros, o sea, coincidencialmente tenemos esto, le podemos ayudar haciéndole el bastidor como usted lo quiera. Y se lo hicieron, obviamente pues Nicolás pagó ese bastidor también, y mi tía se quedó con el cuadro por un tiempo hasta que viajó y lo pudo traer, porque es que los costos de mandarlo en el bastidor, o sea, es que eso sería mandar una caja. ¿Cuánto medía esa pintura?
1,80, 1,50.
Por eso, y uno mandar una caja de 1,80 por 1,50 es... Además, no es una caja de 1,80 por 1,50.
No,
Porque como hay
tendría
que
que ser más grande,
protegerla,
sí.
exacto, es mucho más grande, pesada, el peso de la
Pesadísimas.
madera. No, sí, sí, sí. Jair Piñeros dice, ¿es difícil sacar esos permisos?
No,
No, la página, como decía Nicolás, no es amigable con como gente que por primera vez esté sacando los permisos. Nicolás me tuvo que explicar a mí, porque uno se tiene que meter y luego meter a otro lado y luego entrar como con un usuario y una clave. O sea, es difícil llegar a, pero una vez uno lo hace es súper sencillo. O sea, a mí me toma, no sé, 5 minutos sacar un permiso, no menos.
sí, hacerlo.
2 minutos sacar un permiso.
Hacerlo, tristemente, o sea, es una manera súper eficiente porque yo cuando comencé tenía que ir al Ministerio de
Sí, sí,
Cultura
sí, tú
física,
dijiste.
o sea, ir ahí a la
Con
plaza.
la obra.
Sí, no, tenías que llevar fotos.
Ah, sí.
Pero fotos
Ah,
a
no, pues sí,
color,
con la obra, imagínate uno con...
sí, no, fotos a color, fotos a color, tocaba ir ahí al Ministerio de Cultura que queda ahí en la Plaza de Bolívar y, y se demoraba como, a uno lo llamaban a decirle, ya está listo su permiso, y entonces tocaba otra vez ir hasta allá y volver y recoger el permiso. Entonces era una tontería porque uno ahí perdía tiempo como yendo y viniendo por todos esos permisos. Y entonces lo automatizaron, fantástico, pero la persona, el equipo que hizo ese, o sea, todo está, uno ve en cuanto a la información que uno tiene que meter, todo tiene sentido, todo está súper bien y se entiende. Pero la forma como uno
Sí,
tiene que entrar,
incluso es
tiene que
curioso.
subir el permiso al servidor, no
Sí,
más subir el permiso, uno es como, ¿será que ya lo hice? ¿Será
sí,
que ya está?
sí, eso iba a decir
¿Está
yo.
hecho?
Nomás
¿Está bien?
es curioso porque son 3 páginas distintas. O sea,
3 tabs
3
distintos,
tabs
digamos.
distintos dentro de la página del permiso. Pero entonces tú haces el primero y te redirecciona al segundo. Haces el segundo y se redirecciona otra vez al segundo. Entonces uno dice, ¿cómo así? Y todo está en blanco. Entonces uno pues normalmente dice, pues voy a llenar otra vez. Y lo llena y otra vez se blanquea y es como así. Y es porque como se pueden enviar varias obras, te redirecciona ahí por si quieres adjuntar para otra obra. Pero no hay ningún lugar donde te diga como para adjuntar segunda obra o para... No, es lo mismo. Entonces uno dice, pues sigo y sigo y sigo acá. Y después tienes que ir hasta la tercera pestaña, que es donde ahí sí envías. Porque no con llenarlo lo estás enviando, sino que tienes que enviarlo. Entonces es como de cogerle el tiro, pero es...
Como todo lo de aquí de este país. O sea,
pero
las
ya una
cosas,
vez uno lo hace es muy
sí,
sencillo.
las vueltas se pueden hacer. Es como ir a una notaría. Todo tiene una forma de hacerse, pero uno hay veces dice, oiga, pero se debería haber podido hacer esto como de una manera mucho más sencilla.
Y Jair was saying in English, how many countries have you guys shipped to?
Oh, wow.
A lot.
Yeah. I would say in the dozens for sure.
Hmm.
Yeah. I would say over 10 easy, over 20 easy. I would say too. I don't know if over 30.
Maybe.
All over the world though.
Yeah.
All over the world. Sometimes we go to FedEx and the person that had been working with us for about 2 years, I would say, they transferred him to another office.
Well, he's not working with, he's working in the place we go to do the shipping. He's not working with us.
But super, well, yeah, you know.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Oh,
no,
yeah, he's not part of our team. He's not part of like.
Exactly.
No. But the person that used to work in that office, super nice, super kind guy. But he would always go like, ooh, like if we brought something
like,
going to the
new destination.
And he would be like, oh, we hadn't sent to this place.
Yeah, he's super nice. Andrei Blason Art said, hi, are those shipping permits an international/global requirement, or is it a Colombian thing?
It's a Colombian thing. It wouldn't
Nicolas is killing it again, by the way.
Oh, no, thank you. No, it's Colombian, so it wouldn't leave our customs. It serves no purpose because there's no international forms. There are no international forms because every country deals with how they understand, the shipping of artwork. They do that individually. So there's no international law that you should, abide by. So our problem would be with our piece leaving here. But, customs here it's super, like everything, it's just super dark and like you run a high risk of just them losing your piece. And many times I would say, I don't mind, if I have to pay more money or if they tell me, hey, you should have done this, here's your penalty or your fee that you have to pay, fine. But when they lose your work, you can't replace your work. And if it's something that you already sold, it would be so like disheartening to have to write to somebody and say, this piece that you bought from us and you liked, and you supported us, they lost it or something happened. I'm sorry, here's your money. But it would pain me to do that. It's, I'd much rather just lose money than lose art.
Yeah. And I think that what you were saying with that, because we've been super lucky that nothing has been.
No.
I mean, we have 100 of 100 success of the things we've shipped. So, it's a little boring to do the permits, but it takes 2 minutes, and it's the way to kind of guarantee, or not guarantee, but
give yourself the best shot. Yeah,
exactly. Give you the best chance. So.
Well, what has happened is that local customs will sometimes retain the painting.
But local in the places
in where
it arrives, exactly.
Yeah, so we have to send extra paperwork, and we have to do a bunch of that stuff that is annoying.
No,
but eventually,
easy. It's something that's bound to happen. Right. So,
and sometimes local customs will say, hey, this price you're declaring your painting for, we don't agree with it. We don't agree with it. Sorry. You say it's X amount of money because we'll give you like insider, information here. Usually people will ask of you, and this is not illegal, by the way. There's nothing weird with that because this is our pricing. So we are valuing our paintings. But people will ask you, oh, could you please not declare this over, let's say $100, because if you do, I have to pay a lot of money, a lot of money to receive it. I'm going to pay import fees.
Yeah. So instead of putting 100, you can put 99.
Yeah. So, and then you're totally fine.
Exactly.
But sometimes you do that and people are like, no, this is people from customs from other countries will go like, no, this is a painting. No. This can't cost this. I'm sorry. So they'll even say, we're going to put the price ourselves. and they'll say it's $150 or it's $100, or people will ask us to, hey, could you send us like saying that yes, sure, it's $100, it's 150, and those people have had to pay extra fees to receive the painting, but that's like not something that we could ever control.
Yeah, it's out of our control.
Yeah, that depends on every country on this earth, and every single country on this earth does that differently. So, we can't, we can only do as much as we can, and then it's up to, customs in every single country.
Cacairo dice, hola, tarde pero vine. Hola, Cacaíto Pelón.
Hello, Cacairo. Mi mamá estaba preocupada cuando hablamos mucho en español porque se siente que de pronto la gente que no habla está como, ay, pues Coquito, estás hablando mucho en español. Pero mi Olguis divina, preciosa. Con todo lo que te queremos, pues si la conversación por momentos oscila hacia el español, pues nosotros oscilamos hacia el español. Porque hay muchas veces que nosotros hablamos puro inglés. Pero pues si uno está hablando de un corrientazo, Olguis,
sí,
un corrientase.
Sí, no pues, era algo de lo de la pelota de letras, no decían electric lunch.
No me acuerdo.
Sí,
¿sabes?
Creo que sí.
No me acuerdo. Pero nos toca, Olguín. Pero créeme que nosotros siempre somos muy conscientes de eso. Pero también hay veces
para
decimos,
lado y para lado, para ambos lados.
Sí, hay veces decimos, bueno. O sea, Dani cuando sabe que, hablamos mucho en inglés, entonces busca una pregunta que alguien nos esté haciendo en español. Y viceversa. Si Dani se da cuenta como, no, ya llevamos 1 hora hablando de equipitos, pues hablemos un poquito como en... Entonces, todo es un balance fino que tratamos de manejar, mi Olguis preciosa.
Además, me encanta que tú estás diciendo y yo ni siquiera sé si tu mamá está acá ahorita o no.
Pero pues le respondemos formalmente a mi Olguis.
Camila Ogerman was saying, the permits here are horrifying. If the painting is small, I sandwich it into a magazine.
Yeah, that's what Camila is saying. And I would love to talk to Camila more about this because I don't know, the people that I've talked to in Argentina, they all tell me that it's one of the most painful things to do to try to, ship art or send art like internationally.
Well, Camila knows because you were talking about the sculpture of Fernando.
Yeah.
And thanks to Camila.
Only thanks to her, yeah.
Exactly.
Well, thanks to Fernando and Camila, but we owe everything to Camila.
Yeah, because Camila was the person who facilitó, how do I say? Like to...
Just helped out, facilitated.
Yeah, that created the bridge between Fernando and... Oh, I'm sorry. I dropped my holes. Between Fernando and my birthday present.
Yes.
So, thank you, Camila. I'm always super grateful because I love that piece. I love it. It's amazing.
Can I tell you something? I have wanted to buy something else of his, but I just don't I know I cannot ask Camila to go through what we went through again.
It's not a one-to-one transaction.
No.
It's like, I want something.
No.
I have to bother Camila again.
No, and even paying Fernando was like, I had to send it through Western Union like twice. No, it was a mess. Everything about it was messy.
Yeah, but we've talked about it, but I remember it was super funny when you were like, hey, I'm gonna bring you your birthday present. I know it's in some days. It was like in 2 days. You were like, but I have to go with our luggage. Where's our luggage? And I was like, what are you talking about? And you were like, yes, the big luggage. Where is it?
Yeah.
And
you were like, that's the day that I knew that my boyfriend was like mafioso.
No, Nicolás.
I'm kidding. Oh my God.
No, that's the day I knew he was leaving.
What?
Never coming back yet. I need a luggage. There's nothing wrong.
I need a bag.
I'm gonna fill it with all my clothes, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna be back. Yeah. Camila Ogorman dice, have become a profess. What? Have become a profess.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's like autocorrect got the best of
maybe
that comment.
Julia Tovar.
Hola,
Hola, Julia. Dice, hola, Nico y Dani. Pregunta curiosa.
Todas.
Were you guys good at math when you were little? No.
Me.
Well, yes, until the
First grade.
tablas. The tables. ¿Cómo se llaman?
No, the tables.
No, ahí estoy molestando.
I like the tables.
The tablas. Yeah. So until when I had to learn the multiplying things. ¿Cómo se dice las tablas?
No, I love this. Part of us is you finding the words, you finding your own words to like explain something, and I love it.
Or Googling them.
I absolutely
it says,
love it.
No, pero es que multiplication tables. No.
I love it. I love how you say things. I think it's perfect the way you say things.
Well, yeah. So, but I have to say that I think that I was not bad at math. I remember there were teachers that were like, no, you have to learn them. And I don't know why I couldn't. And
to this day,
I had a teacher whom I appreciated a lot. His name was William Ferney.
Shout out.
Yeah. He was a very good teacher because I remember he was like, no, I think you can't. He said you can't learn them. I don't know why, but you have a very good like mathematical. ¿Cómo se dice eso?
I don't know. You keep going.
I know, but help me. I mean,
but
sometimes
I don't know what you're
need
trying
help.
to say. I'll help you, but I don't know what you're
Razonamiento
trying
matemático.
Oh, I don't know.
Like mathematical reasoning. I don't know if that makes sense.
That makes total sense. Yeah.
And he was very cool, and he let me do the process in a different way because I always got to the answer. And I remember there were other teachers that were like, no, but where's the process I taught you? Like the one I was showing in class. And I was like, yeah, I know that, but I got to the answer by this process. And they were like, nope, no explanation, it's wrong. And he was like, no, like sit with me and try to explain me how did you get there. And I remember I always explained him, and he was like, oh, that's super cool. I've never thought about getting that in that path. And he told me I should study math. And I was like, oh no, I mean, you're being too kind. So maybe I was a math genius without knowing it. So, and what's your story? Yeah, you were good.
Yeah, I was good. I mean, no, I did well. But your story is far more interesting.
Yeah.
The thing is, I've never been. I don't think I'm an intelligent person. I think I'm responsible. That's what I think I am. I think I'm super responsible. So every homework I would do, every
but I did my
paper
homeworks
I would
too.
do. Yeah, but and my notes, like I would take. Other people would ask for my notebook when
me
they
too.
wanted to study.
And you've seen my notebook.
I know.
For...
So what happened, Danny?
No, because I think it's not something. I mean, it wasn't that I was being lazy, and then I couldn't, learn the things that they were teaching me. But I mean, I got everything they told me, but in my brain, I could use another path to get there. So I don't know. Maybe it sounds weird, but I always got to the answer because I remember I was sometimes I was like frustrated with the teachers because they were like, no, you get an F. And I'm like, why? Because I get all the answers correct. They were like, yes, but this is not the process I taught you.
Mm-hmm.
And I could try to explain to them, and they were not open to that.
Yeah.
And I think that's not fair.
Mm.
Because, I mean, I got to the answer. I wasn't copying.
Although math can't be answer based. You know that. Because
Yes.
you could copy off of anyone the answers, and that doesn't mean that you know what you're doing.
Yes, but it wasn't like I was saying 2 plus 2 and the answer was 108. I mean, everything made sense. Because in my brain, it made sense in that way. So I thought they were being a little bit unfair with me. And that teacher, William Ferney, thought the same.
That's good, but you
and he
you
was
finally
like,
had that one teacher that was
and he was super cool because to the teacher that was teaching me after him,
he got fired.
No, he was like,
Had him
hey,
fired.
she sometimes has a different path, but she gets to the answer and it's quite interesting. So give it a shot. And the other teacher did.
Oh, good.
So I think
everyone did their job.
Good
then.
Teacher.
I mean, a little late, the guy that didn't give you a chance at the beginning, but eventually.
No. He never gave me the chance. The one that never gave me the chance never did, and that's all. But the ones that were after the teacher I had.
Oh, okay.
He was always super nice, and he was like, she can do it in this way. And yes, he was the best. Julia dice, praise to William Ferney. Yes.
Same.
Yes, William Ferney is the best. Y Julia dice, jajaja, I feel my process was similar to Danny's, but I didn't have a cool math teacher to encourage me, so I discovered I had kind of a good math head in university. Yeah, but I think looking back, I'm really, really grateful to that teacher because he was open enough to say, tell me how you're getting to the answer. Because the other were like, nope, you're wrong, and that's it. I mean, they didn't even listen to what I had to say.
Yeah.
And I think that a good teacher has to not only teach, but also listen.
Yeah.
Because
you're right.
different kids and different people can have different process, and not every brain can function in the same way.
Yeah, totally right.
And my brain functioned in a different way, but got to the same answer. So why can't you give me 20 minutes to explain to you?
20 minutes? Woof.
No, to explain to you a complete exam and let you know that I know what I'm doing and I'm getting to the answer. I'm just not getting to the answer in the way you're teaching me.
Oh, no, you're right. You're right.
So,
that's what good teachers do. That is honestly what every single good teacher does.
Yeah. He was the best.
Yeah.
Jair Piñero said mathematical brain. Ok. Razonamiento matemático, entonces. Mathematical brain. Jean Roussine said, sounds like you actually were a math genius, Danny, and
Ooh.
Einstein. Nah, I mean, this was like for...
3rd grade.
No.
Oh, sorry.
No, like 8th grade, 9th grade. It's not like...
Oh.
I mean, I could never be... I could never study maths.
Well, don't say that. Maybe you could have.
No,
sure.
I couldn't.
Well, I think you could have.
No, because I was like overwhelmed.
Mm.
I was like, nope. No, I can't. I can't. But thank you. But no, I would never think that I could be a math genius. I was joking when I said that. I mean, I just had a different process. And again, when I say this, it's not like I was better or worse. I was just doing it in a different way. And schools should be open to different approaches to the same topic. At least that's what I think.
It is. It just makes it super difficult.
Yeah.
To because it's hard to ask of a teacher to say, okay, you have to teach everyone how to do something, and there are proven ways where you could teach how to do something, and they're usually ways that build upon other things that you have learned in the past. So it's just kind of basing it on prior knowledge and making it a little bit more complex. But it's also super tough to ask a teacher to contemplate that every single student could be capable of, solving things in, incredibly different ways. Because that way you're like, oh my God, like that makes the job a lot
10 times
harder.
Yeah.
But I'm super, super happy that you had a teacher that was willing to say, this makes it super harder on me, but I'm going to be willing to listen to you and to see how your brain works. Just to see if just to see if it makes sense. Because maybe it made sense for you, but then that's also other ways of teachers saying, okay, it's making sense, but you're actually confusing yourself in the process a lot more, and you can actually teach yourself how to do this way more simply. So I'm happy that you had that person.
Yeah. Caqueiro dice, yo era buena, pero no me gustaba tanto, jaja, me sorprendió mi resultado en el ICFES. A mí me sorprendió el de química. Impresionante. Jean Roussine was saying, do you have any big picture advice for getting the most out of an in-person workshop? Paint like crazy beforehand, read up, slug vodka, and just wing it?
Well, that's a life, that's for any
Three
moment in
different
life.
paths that you can take.
It depends. It depends on what you're searching for because I think that if I was taking workshops with different teachers, I think that I would have different expectations, not of them. Like I would put entirely my, I would be in their hands. Like I would trust what they would say. I would do, if they told me to do an exercise in, X way or Y way or Z way, I would do it blindly. So, but I would also have, this expectations for myself as to what do I want from this? What do I want to get from this? And I think those would be different depending on, the teacher that was teaching. So I would try to have clarity as to what it is that I want to get from that particular workshop first. Because I don't know if you can just say that there's an answer. There's one answer for every single workshop or class that you're going to take. I think they're all a little bit different, and I think they all should be, because every single artist that's teaching it is quite different. So, I would try to have clarity as to, where it is that I want to go with this, and then I would try to, shift my practice accordingly, I would say, and vodka. So yeah.
Sega J. Charrua.
So, what's the workshop that you're
taking, Jean Roussine? Is it in France?
No. She's not. Well, this.
I know. It's just a joke. I
know, but we have to make it.
If I ever met Jean Roussine in person, I'm gonna call her Jean Roussine.
She's very, very nice. She's a lovely person. So I think she would be super happy.
Jean Roussine was saying Caroline Anderson portrait.
Oh, nice.
So a workshop with Caroline Anderson.
Nice. So, yeah. So I think it's, yes, work, prior to that, so that you are confident with the moments that you're going to be painting, with that person, that you're going to at least give yourself the chance to show that person, not because they're going to validate you in any way, but because you have very few chances to explain to these people visually what you're about. You have very, very few chances. So you want your work to at least be as close as it can be to what you are as an artist. And I know this is like, okay, that's added pressure. That's terrible. Don't tell me that, because I'm going to freeze when I'm going to try to paint. But the truth is, no, we have to do that. Like, we have to say, hey, I've got one chance to let my painting speak for myself clearly as to what it is that I want to do. So I'm not going to squander this chance. So, you to give yourself that chance, you have to be like warmed up, and you have to be confident about the way you work, and you have to be okay with like different lighting setups and different variables. You don't want to get there and say, oh, the lighting is horrible today, or my spot was horrible, because all of those things are going to sound like excuses, like really bad excuses. So yeah, you want to reach that that workshop at a good pace, like with you painting at a good pace. And then that's it. Just paint with confidence. Paint, yes, answer to what, whomever is in charge of the workshop is asking of you to do, but also find a way to make that which they want to see from you also like meet the artist that you are. So, because I always feel that you should never compromise the artist that you are inside, because that's what's going to make the teacher or the person in charge of the workshop's job much easier if they know you through your paint. So you can't just, and I think that it is a mistake when you go to a workshop and you just try to like almost shift into this painter that you're not, just to satisfy the person that is teaching this workshop. You always have to remain yourself. It's super, super important for you to remain yourself, because again, that is the best way for the person that is teaching the workshop to know, okay, this is what this person wants. Like, this is what they want to get out of painting. And it also gives the person in charge like just enough elements for them to judge you far more coherently, I feel.
Robin was saying, unless you're attending an Uribe workshop,
then
all bets are off.
Unless you're doing a workshop in a volcanic island off of continental Spain.
Cold.
Yeah.
Detachment.
I love your
detachment workshop.
Yeah. Unless you're doing that, and then, yeah.
So everything throw it in the
then
garbage.
It's just about making it out alive.
Yeah. Jean Rosine said, I always do what the instructor says faithfully. I mean, that's why I'm there, to learn.
Right.
But it's great advice to think about what I want to take away.
Yeah, always get there with a plan. Like, I always like when people they kind of put me to they ask to talk to me, and they take me to the side and they say, look, what I wanted, sometimes they tell me at the beginning, sometimes they tell me at the end, but they're always like, look, what I wanted to get from this was this, and I'm so happy that this is something that I found. Or maybe they tell that to me at the beginning, and that way I kind of know how to phrase whatever it is, whatever comments that I have regarding their work, I can contextualize them. So don't be ever afraid of, talking directly to the person that is teaching the workshop and telling them, this is what I would hope to get from this. Like, this is the reason I'm here. Because in all honesty, like what I was saying, it just makes our job easier. It just makes our job so much easier to say, okay, now I know what you're looking for. Now I know how to talk to you. It's a good start. Like, so consider that. Like, I know that sometimes because we're trying to be respectful, we don't approach the people that are in charge of these workshops. But the truth is, it's always best to say, no, I want to make this clear. And it's not like you're saying, hey, buddy, like, this is why I paid for this. So you better make sure that when I leave this workshop, all of my needs are met. No. It's like, I've never taken those comments that way. So like I said, it's always super, super helpful. I always see the good part of that, which is like, thank you for letting me know how to approach you. and to giving me a clue as to what your expectations were from this. So,
Sega J Charrúa, or maybe Sega J Charrúa.
yo creo que si es charrúa.
But the question is in English. That's why.
Oh, okay.
And they were saying love from Portugal.
Oh.
They're saying hello, Jorge or George here. Have this struggle choosing my references for paintings as I be in a conflict using a reference image that might be similar to a certain artist, or not using an image that is similar to one I used, thinking that I'm repeating myself. Did you ever felt that before? And if so, how do you work around it? Thank you so much for your amazing work and inspiration both of you are doing. Love from Portugal.
Oh, that's super nice. Thank you for the words.
Jorge.
And that's a super cool question, because at the heart of that question is lies, am I painting something that is my own? And if I did find something that is my own, did I become stagnant because I am just iterating on something that I found and I'm not searching any further? So I think those are the two things that you kind of hinted at. Is this my own, or has this been done by somebody else? And did I find something and maybe become a little complacent, and now I'm stuck here just iterating, repeating the same painting, maybe not literally, but essentially, fundamentally the same painting over and over and over again? Let's see. I would say the first one for sure. The one that I feel, oh, I want to do this. Oh, but, she does this so much better. And I'll give you an example right now. I love, and Robin knows this, because Robin is my, my...
bag buyer.
My bag...
No?
I was waiting for you to come up with something.
My bag buyer.
So my bag buyer is Robin. I love to do paper bags, plastic bags. Love it. I love it. Like cardboard boxes. I love containers of sorts. Just absolutely love it. I love to do shifts of planes. It's just, it's so good. To me, it's such it's like delicious painting to paint. And
Container collector.
There we go. Was that Robin?
No, that's me.
Oh, that's you? That's all you?
Yeah.
Okay, my container collector.
You're like surprised that it was me.
Well,
I don't know if I feel offended.
No,
Maybe a little.
Miss
It's like,
Lestanger.
wow, you did this. Oh, your math brain is coming through.
No, that's okay. That was all you. That was all you.
Yeah. So.
She
container collector.
Yeah, Robin has been super generous. She really likes that subject matter too. We've connected in that kind of weird way. But ever since I saw Samantha Herring doing, bags and bags with like little bits of plastic, bubble wrap, I mean, all the things that I've always wanted to paint, every time she posts something, I'm like, Samantha, are you serious? Like, that's like crazy. She's so good. She's so good. And it's almost like that feeling that we all get that, maybe we've been struggling, or maybe we've been like, yeah, I should paint this. Like, I should push myself to paint this. I should push myself to paint this. And in that period of time when we are doubting ourselves and we've been like, no, I should, come on, just gather the strength to paint this. Come on, get your act together. Just, sit down, clench your butt cheeks and paint this, for God's sake. Come on, you can do it. And suddenly there's somebody else that suddenly does the painting that we wanted to do, but does it 1,000 times better than we had ever imagined. And that is so deflating. That is like, are you serious? Like, that's so unfair, we think. But the truth is, no, this world is just chock full of beautifully talented people that may share some of our sensibilities. Like, I'm positive that if I had the opportunity, and it would be a blessing, it would be awesome, if I could, sit right next to Samantha and we just had this, box, this cardboard box in front of us, I am sure the both of us would have a blast painting it. Like, it would be just heaven painting, this really super simple thing. And that's where we would understand that both of us share that attraction for this, this thing that there's no reason for us to share this, but we do, and we connect there. It's a very strange world when you can connect with somebody just because we paint the same subject matter. But it's also very cruel because, when you evaluate yourself as a painter, you also know when somebody is capable of doing something far better than you can. And I think she does things far, far better than I can. Like, in terms of that subject matter, she kicks my butt 100 out of 100 times. And I know this because when I look at what I do, it's my own painting and I like it. But when I look at what she does, she shows me all the places that I missed. She shows me everything that I was trying to do, but I whiffed. I missed. And that's when you realize, oh, wow, this is good. Like, this is really, really good. And sure, like, life can be painful when you realize that there's other people that are so good out there. But also life is wonderful because it's telling you, hey, you don't have to be good at everything. You can't. So there's always going to be somebody out there that can do this thing that you want to do, and that can do it so much better. But you should always be grateful that there's this person that, even though they don't know you, they don't know of your existence, it's almost like they're out there for you, and they're out there to teach you. And you should celebrate that they're that good, and just be happy that they're able to do stuff that you can't, and that you can learn from them. You can grow from them. So that, to me, is Samantha, to be honest, in terms of my love for these containers, and my hope that I could, paint them and do them justice. But when I started looking at her pastels, her oils, oh my Lord, oh Jesus, she's so good. She is so, so good that it happens. So I don't think it's weird when we find somebody who does what we wanted to do and maybe does it better. And I don't think it's weird if we feel bad about that because we suddenly have this like thing this still life that we're setting up, or this picture that we took, and now we can't think of anyone but them because they do it so well that it's like, why bother? Like, why even bother? This is never going to feel my own, or it's never going to be as good as her work. I think that's very human. I think it shouldn't scare us to feel that way because that is expected. So thinking that suddenly this thing that we were so enamored by doesn't belong to us, no longer belongs to us because somebody does that exact same thing so much better. I think we are going to feel those things, but it is terribly unfair to us, I also feel. Because the truth is, in the end, in the bottom, that nothing belongs to anyone. Nothing belongs to anyone. Doesn't matter what they have done, or if they have done wonders with their subject matter. It's not theirs. Like, we can't claim things. I don't think art functions that way. If that was the case, then who would even bother painting portraits with this skylight, or this window light, this cool window lighting just falling beautifully on like a portrait, just creating these like triangle shadows, because Rembrandt did it so well, so well, that why would you even bother painting under that light, under those same lighting conditions? It's like, if you're ever going to like point at somebody, you don't want to point at Rembrandt. Like, why do that to yourself? But the truth is, you can. Of course you can. Of course you can paint the same subject matter. That's totally fine. I mean, you're always going to be painfully aware of how far you are from somebody like, Rembrandt, who's like a genius. But it doesn't, like, there's nothing that says that he claimed that for his own. So we also have to understand that subject matter, the things we paint, the subject of our paintings, sure, it is important. We many times may be identified even by our subject matter, but that doesn't mean that it is ours. Like, we should be the first ones to say, like, oh, this is not me. This cannot represent me, because I'm sure that there's somebody out there that can do a better job at representing this than me. There always is. Always. There's always going to be. Always. Always. So don't ever feel bad. And if you want to, give it a shot. If you feel like, I've always wanted to paint this, but again, she does that so well. I'm not. I have to look, elsewhere. The truth is, don't look elsewhere. Go through that experience. Kind of teach yourself how that feels like. Trying to paint this painting that you've always wanted to paint, but that somebody else paints better. Like, go through that. Like, feel that feeling, and see what you can do with that. See what you can come up with. And if you feel that you were, super referential and you were just echoing, what she was saying, and you didn't really do anything that felt your own in that painting, then, fine. Assess your painting afterwards and be honest with yourself, and see how much you can grow from that experience, if you can grow from that experience. But don't feel bad, because I don't think that painting is about claiming subject matter. It's about, like, sticking, your flag on the ground and saying, this is what I paint, and nobody else can paint, I don't know, whatever, salt and pepper shakers, because that's my thing. That's my thing. People know me. You're going to ridicule yourself if you try to paint this, because everyone's going to know that there's, that this belongs to me, that I am the painter of the, shakers. So don't do that to yourself. Don't be dumb. Like, go find something else that you can paint. No, come on. That sounds horrible. Of course you can paint anything that anyone else has already painted. In fact, it's just think about it as super challenging and super interesting. Like saying, oh, I know that she's amazing. I mean, I'm at this exact point with Samantha's work, where I tell myself, I know that she's amazing. I know that she kicks my butt doing this, but I'm going to give it a shot. I still want to give it a shot. It's painful for me, because it's hard to not have her in my mind when I try to do a paper bag or a plastic bag, or, piece of plastic or a piece of cardboard. But, I'm also grateful that I have, the opportunity to have somebody so talented in my brain kind of showing me the possibilities, like the extent of the possibilities. I'm sorry. No, go ahead then.
Daniel MC was saying, my fear of being bad at new things halts me a lot in art. Also, just being indecisive in what exactly to study, since there's so much to improve at. Just gotta try and push past that fear of echoing others.
Yeah.
Aparte de eso, me encanta ese retrato y el comentario de hoy. Gracias por el stream.
No, muchas gracias. So that fear is never going away, so don't feel bad about it. Don't ever feel bad about feeling afraid or insecure, or that's never going to go away. So that is the rest of your life. So don't worry about that. Once you realize that that's the rest of your life, you kind of understand that it's not about overcoming that fear, but learning how to live with it. And then that's fine. Then it's this little thing that lives with you, this little thing that is always there telling you, oh, that painting, Uglo did it better, dude. Don't do those lines. Uglo did it so much better. What, like, who are you kidding? What, like, this is proportions in this all over the place. Like, get your drawing straight.
Yeah, but the thing is that if you think like that, you would never paint.
Right. If you pay attention to this little guy, then no painting is ever going to be possible. No painting of worth, in the sense of, I'm not saying worth as not a single painting that is good, but a painting that can teach you something. Those are worthy paintings, for me at least. The paintings that are, that signify worth for you are the ones that taught you something. So if you listen to this little thing too much, you're not going to you're not going to give yourself a chance to like grow. So be really careful about that. And sure, it is, that fear of fear of failure. Yeah, that's living. That is just called being alive. If you really think about it, it goes beyond painting. That's why it's so scary to do anything. That's why it's scary to meet new people, to go to a job interview, to do your job well, to do anything. You just don't want to mess it up. You're afraid that anything that could come out of your mouth just, killed your chances to, push that relationship further. So don't worry. I think, eventually life sort of teaches you that it's okay, and you're going to say stupid things and you're going to ruin some chances, but it's best to take that chance and see where it goes, and give yourself the opportunity, like grant yourself this opportunity. You deserve it to say, okay, I'm going to do this. I know I'm going to struggle. I know it's probably going to suck, but let me fight through it. Let me I'm going to give myself this chance at least to see what happens.
Jair Piñeros said, talking about subject to paint, I can't get over the fact that I didn't get to buy the bag of coins you painted.
Oh, don't worry.
And Jair said, how about the people who only paint one thing over and over again, especially in street art? Would you say that they didn't claim that?
I don't think, I really don't. When I say that nothing belongs to us, I mean nothing. I mean, it goes beyond art. Like,
yeah, and I get what Jair is asking.
Yeah.
Because one thing is people thinking they claimed something, like what you were talking about, the salt and pepper shakers.
Yeah.
I mean, people can say, no, I mean, that's what I always paint. You can't paint that. But in reality, you can. So it's different to say, like, I own this. You can say that, but you would never be the owner of
anything.
Yeah, it's like you can't paint that. Yeah, you can do it. So maybe people in street art say, no, this is my tag. Like, this is mine.
Yeah.
But you can be like, well, okay.
Sure.
But I'm going to paint it.
Yeah.
I just want to do it.
Yeah, and you're if you deep down, if you really feel that you have to paint that, and if you really feel that there is a connection between you and that subject matter that this other person also connects with, of course, why wouldn't you? Like that's kind of absurd to like think that there's a human being out there that had more rights than you to claim something. But I was going to say, like, I sometimes go even further than, just art. And I look at my kids, for example, where I'll always say my kids. And there is something very profound about saying my kids. And there's something very sacred about saying my kids. I think almost every parent says my kids. And there's something very protective about saying my kids. But I think every single parent also knows that your kids don't belong to you. Like, life has given you this gift that, you're going to share, hopefully for as long as life, gives you the chance to share with them. That time, hopefully, is when I'm old and I can die like a happy person. I hope that life gives me a chance to share that time with Danny and with my kids. But the truth is, like, I always have to know that, their life, their decisions, their everything doesn't belong to me, like, ultimately. So honestly, in my life, like, when I think of my kids, that's where I find the answer. Like, whatever I feel about my kids in life is so much bigger than any painting or any art or any museum or anything that I'll ever see in life, that if I understand that I can't claim my kids as my own, that I can't just say they belong to me, then nothing belongs to me. Nothing. There's not a thing on this earth that I could ever say, hey, that's my subject matter. Like, everything else just seems dumb and ridiculous in comparison. So I think that's, life kind of teaches you lessons that way. But yeah, no, I think that, hey, I'm the monkey. I'm the person that does the monkeys. Okay. I'm going to paint the monkey here. What are you going to beat me if I paint the monkey? Like, really? Is that true? No. Like, you showed me that painting monkeys was cool. That's your own fault. And I got excited. Now I want to paint monkeys. So you did your job really well, I guess.
I was also thinking when you were talking about your kids.
Yeah.
I remember something you said some time ago that I think
hopefully not stupid.
Also applies to this. And it's that you were talking about how you're the only person that can paint your kids as you do. That doesn't mean that nobody can paint your kids, but you're the only one that can paint your kids like that. And I remember we were also talking and I was telling you that of course applies to your kids, but it also applies to everything in life. So, I mean, you can say Samantha Herring, she paints plastic bags amazing. And that's a fact.
Yes.
But also, Samantha Herring paints plastic bags as only Samantha Herring paints plastic bags.
Oh, yeah.
So you can paint them because you're going to paint the bags as only Nicolas Uribe would be able to paint the bags. So I think that that's also important to know because, sometimes you get discouraged and you think that you can't paint this subject matter because this person made it amazing and you just love the painting they did. But you can think that the way you're going to paint it, only you can paint it that way. So I think that's why it's worthy to be painted in your hands.
Yeah, you could kind of convince yourself that you're embarking on this amazing journey where you're going to try to find out how you approach the same subject matter.
Exactly.
And it's super cool. That's welcome to all of art, where we get excited by everything. Like Danny, for example, has folders of people that do woodwork and do wood sculpture and do whittling. And they're all amazing. And it's always like, oh my God, every time you see something new and something cool, it's like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And if you just stay there in that feeling, it's debilitating. It's like, oh, you don't want to wake up. You don't want to get out of bed because why? There's so many other people out there just doing this incredible job. What are you going to do? Like, what can you add to this? And you can convince yourself so easily that you're not going to do anything that's worthy and that those people have like such an advantage. Like they are so ahead of you that what's the point? So it's super easy to just say, let's not get out of bed. Let's not. It's just, why? But you could also say, you know what? These people are way ahead of me. And the point is not to catch them because maybe they're so far ahead that, they're going to finish the race years before you do.
But they're also ahead in their own path because I think that's what's important.
Eventually you
realize... they're ahead. Because it's not your path. Yeah. They're ahead in what's going to be their art path.
Exactly.
But it's not yours.
But
so it's like kind of sad that you say, no, I wanted to do this, but now I can't because they did this. Because you're like closing the opportunity to yourself to see how you, with your sensibility, would approach that subject matter or a lot of subject matters, and to get to know how you and only you could paint that painting that you wanted to paint.
Right. And the sad thing is, Danny, what you were saying, which is totally right, we only understand that those people are doing their own thing. They're like running their own race, like way later on. Because at the beginning, we think like everyone's competing and that we're all like in the same plane and we're all competing for the same thing.
And it's not like only everyone's competing, but you're always losing.
Oh, yeah. For some reason, when we start to compare ourselves to others, we always see ourselves like dead last. We always see ourselves like, oh, Jesus, I'm the one who sucks. Like out of everyone here, I am the one who sucks. Little do you know that every person out there thinks the same thing.
Good.
Oh, it's construction. Yeah.
Sure?
Yeah, 100%. So every single person out there thinks the same thing, the exact same thing. Like every single person is having the exact same doubts. So, it's good to, when you start, or to realize very quickly that this is, this is not about them. This is you. This is 100% about you. And, if you have to go through this thing where you paint, I'll give you an example. I used to love painting pillows. Love it. Used to love painting pillows. And I saw, I used to do my pillow paintings, and then I saw Felix de la Concha painting a bunch of pillows, and I was like, oh, Jesus Christ, I'm done. Like, I'm done because I just can't, every time now that I want to paint a pillow, I'm going to have this person in my mind, and now I can't get them out of my mind, and it's going to be impossible. And for the longest time, I truly believed that this was off limits for me, because I just couldn't think of anything that was outside what they had done. And now I'm mad at my younger self for feeling like that, because it's like, hey, yeah, you should have felt that and noticed that, but then you should have felt like hyped and pumped and excited about saying, let me find then how it is that I, try to do this in a way that I'm not going to try to like desperately make it my own, because that doesn't work either. When you're just like a tryhard, it shows. It's kind of pathetic, and it'll show.
Again, it's about honesty.
Yeah, and that's the key word here. That is the key word here. But I'm kind of sad that I didn't give myself a chance. But I also feel that I just wasn't at a point in my life where I could see myself and see my worth and understand that, by pushing the things that I was good at doing, I would have gotten there far easier than I thought. But I just closed that door super, super quickly. And now I'm being maybe a little overdramatic when I speak about Samantha's work, but because I respect her so much and so highly. It's the same thing when I see Zoe Frank doing her window paintings. Oh my God, every time I see one of those, it's like, why are you doing this to me, like nature? Why are you showing me stuff that I would have loved to paint, but I didn't have the courage to paint? And you always take it personally. You're always like, why are you doing this to me? And the truth is, like I have that feeling, but I'm also at a place right now where I say, this universe is amazing. Like, there's so many things wrong with us, mankind. There's so many things that are messed up with us, but there's so many things that are incredible about us. Like, and those moments are the moments where you realize that people are incredible. People are amazing, and they're capable of like incredible things. And that this is not like the fact that they're doing something that you love is not there, like that's not there to humiliate you or to make you think less of yourself. Like that is there to like show you, hey, this thing that you also love, look how beautifully somebody else was able to do it. And it takes you some time to realize that, but when you get there, you realize like this is all good. This is all good. Anyways, I'm talking way too much today. I haven't painted anything. Well, not anything, but...
Emilio Sorni dice, buenas tardes a todos.
Con las buenas tardes.
Justo me siento como guilty. Empecé con una pintura con un impermeable amarillo en un ambiente súper gris y al principio lo sentía mío. Después recordé haber visto una pintura tuya de una figura repetida de muchos impermeables y dije, no. Y ahora como que me quedé estático. Ahora me la quedo viendo pensando en cómo volver a antes de haber visto tu pintura.
Sí, es re difícil. Pero yo también veía pinturas de Rupert von Kaufmann cuando yo hice la de Lola, que es esa pintura de muchos impermeables.
Sí, me acuerdo.
O también pensaba en Coraline, yo también pensaba, uy, hay un pintor, ay, ¿quién es? Es un español que también hizo no es el que es el director de la Escuela de Barcelona, que hizo una pintura de un como pescador con un... ¿Me buscas, Lindita? ¿cómo se llama? ¿Díaz Alama? ¿Díaz qué? Ay, por Dios. Sí, pero me puse a pensar en esa pintura del pescador. Ven a ver, la busco.
Ya lo estoy buscando.
Y ya lo...
Esta.
No, esa, la de abajo. ¿No esa?
¿Esta?
Esa. Sí.
Sí, Jordi Díaz Alama.
Sí, mira esta pintura de Jordi, si quieres compártela.
Ya voy. Espérame.
Y yo también me acordé de esa pintura y después me sentía como, o sea, apesto. Entonces, yo creo que independientemente de lo que uno haga, siempre va a existir esa pintura. Siempre. O sea, y por esa pintura nos referimos como a cualquier pintura, a la pintura que sea, ¿no es cierto? La que tenga que ser, la que tenga que cumplir ese rol. Pero siempre va a existir, siempre, siempre, siempre va a existir.
Pero de nuevo, yo creo que lo importante ahí es que si uno lo está haciendo por una intención, o sea, si uno tiene una intención de querer pintar ese sujeto de pintura, píntela.
Sí.
Porque es que yo creo que es complicado cuando uno a veces, voy a ponerla al lado de la pintura donde está todavía el papel en blanco.
Ah, sí, dale, no pasa nada.
Ya, es esta. Que yo creo que a veces la contraparte de eso, que es donde no es, como que a veces no es la mejor idea, es cuando uno ve un artista y uno dice, yo quiero ser eso, yo quiero pintar eso, entonces voy a repetir eso que está haciendo el artista, solo porque me gustó la pintura y quiero que mi pintura se sienta igual que como se siente la pintura de X persona. Y yo creo que pues ahí lo difícil es que si la pintura de X persona lo movió a uno tanto, es porque esa persona conectaba con lo que estaba pintando. Entonces, si uno como que se impone esa conexión, si uno no, la verdad no le atrae ese sujeto de pintura, pero pues le pareció chévere en la pintura de alguien más, pues es difícil que uno pueda volverla tan poderosa como la pintura que uno vio que lo movió a uno.
Y además esa persona, tienes toda la razón, y esa persona hizo todo el trabajo, o sea, hizo todo el trabajo de búsqueda, de tratar de entender por qué le gustaba algo, y la razón por la que podemos afirmar eso es porque vemos la pintura, o sea, si la pintura nos conmueve hasta ese punto, decimos, wow, esta persona hizo, o sea, como que hizo el ejercicio que yo estaba haciendo, pero lo llevó muy lejos. Y entonces hay veces es como injusto con el trabajo de esa persona y obviamente con la persona.
Y con uno mismo también.
Exacto, es siempre, siempre al final injusto con uno mismo. Cuando pensamos que, bueno, esa persona hizo la vuelta, pero yo no quiero. O sea, esa persona se demoró años en descubrir cómo hacer esa pintura para que ella la sintiera propia, pero yo no quiero hacer ese trabajo.
Sí,
yo quiero es mirar el trabajo de ella y decir, ay, yo quiero pintar igual.
Y digo que también es injusto con uno porque creo que como uno puede admirar esa conexión que X pintor tiene o X pintora tiene con su pintura, uno mismo podría tener esa conexión con su pintura si se da tiempo de conocerla. Pero si solamente está replicando y replicando algo que vio que le llamó la atención, pues no se está dando la oportunidad de ver qué en realidad lo mueve, cuál es su sensibilidad, qué es lo que de verdad quiere decir, qué es lo que no quiere decir. Qué cosa le atrae, qué cosa no le atrae, qué cosa que de pronto en otro artista uno ve y uno dice, esto se ve muy chévere, no es un sujeto de pintura que a mi sensibilidad le llame la atención, pero está increíble esa pintura. Entonces, de nuevo, o sea, lo que estábamos diciendo, yo creo que todo recae en la honestidad, o sea, y en ser honesto uno consigo mismo y decir, quiero pintar ese sujeto de pintura porque de verdad siento que tengo algo que decir con esto, quiero conectar con esto, estoy conectando con esto, y no solamente decir, es que hay una pintura muy chévere de alguien sentada en un sofá con una escultura atrás y una pintura atrás, o sea, la de hoy.
Pues sí, nos faltan
no,
dos
pero
de
es
tres
decir,
de esas cosas.
Vi eso y me encantó, entonces voy a posar todo porque es que sé que, o sea, uno en su cabeza es como muy naive y uno cree que si pongo todas esas cosas, si pongo todas esas en la mezcla, mi pintura va a terminar hablando de lo mismo y va hacer que la gente sienta lo mismo que yo vi cuando yo vi esa pintura. Y pues, si no es honesta la razón de haberlo hecho, pues nunca se va a traducir así. Dice Julia, no conocía el trabajo de Zoe Frank, acabo de buscar y estoy maravillada.
Uy, ella es monstra.
Crispin Dior said, enjoying
Me gusta el nombre.
Enjoying the philosophy. This is it in a nutshell. Jair Piñero said, when I get that feeling you're describing, I get sad at first, but then I get the urge to buy that painting. Mossy said, what you just said, Nicolas, it really resonated with me. I'm also painting right now and really appreciate what you have to say.
No, thank you.
Barry Ryan said, gray is the color.
Oh, always for me.
Emilio Sorni dice, rayos, qué buenísima está esa pintura, igual, jaja. Igual mi mamá ayer llega y me dice, oh, pintaste al niño de Dark. Sí, pero yo creo que es que siempre uno va a asociar.
Sí, primero, fantástica referencia,
sí.
o sea, desde
increíble
acá,
además que
fans.
La mamá de Emilio se haya visto
La mamá de
Dark.
Emilio es nuestra amiga inmediatamente.
Lo máximo, sí,
100%.
por haberte visto Dark. Y es que dijiste primero que todo.
Ah, no, no, estaba pensando que seguramente si Fer ve esas pinturas dice, papá, pintaste a alguien como Coraline. Y yo nunca voy a obtener el impacto, digamos, en términos de una resonancia visual que tuvo esa película con su audiencia. Nunca. O sea, mi pintura va a ser un porcentaje chiquitico comparado a lo que logró esa película, que es fantástica. Entonces, uno también puede decir, pues sí, pero de pronto lo que yo estoy tratando de hacer está en un plano distinto. O sea, no tengo que competir contra Coraline, no tengo que. Y uno también puede decir como, y yo no tengo la culpa de que un pinche, una gabardina amarilla sea tan atractiva, porque es atractiva, es que es atractiva. Pero hay veces, o sea, no sé, yo hay veces pienso que una gabardina puede ser tan propia como un cuerpo. O sea, es como si uno pensara que porque pinta un cuerpo ya, ¿por qué pintar un cuerpo si hay tanta gente que pintó cuerpos tan increíblemente? Entonces, no sé, yo siempre pienso que son retos y que son retos súper interesantes y que está dentro de nosotros como buscarle la vuelta a esos retos, como decir, bueno, ¿cómo le encuentro la salida a esto? Miremos a ver si soy capaz de encontrarle la salida a esto. Pero si no soy capaz, no quiere decir que es que soy un inepto. Si no soy capaz, es que también es el arte diciéndome, oiga, es que esto es difícil. Es que esto es difícil. O sea, entender por qué a usted le gusta algo es bien difícil. Y no se sienta mal si no la logra con un intento. No se sienta mal si no lo logra con 10 intentos. Porque es que así es.
Jair Piñeros, que creo que está comentando desde 2 cuentas distintas.
Oh, bueno, tenemos doble vista, entonces fantástico.
Uy, sí.
Doble like.
Necesito el comentario con la tercera cuenta, Jair.
Espero que en las dos tenga campanita, Jair.
Dice Nico, Dani, una preguntica.
Señor.
Hace rato, en el proyecto anterior de ustedes, hiciste unos dibujos con colores fluorescentes.
Sí.
¿Dónde los compraste?
¿En el Miniso?
No.
¿Eran esos? En la Panamericana.
Creo que en la Panamericana.
Sí, no, eran re económicos.
Sí, o sea, fue los que había.
Sí, no, Linda, creo que eran los de Miniso.
No, los de Miniso, ¿no? ¿Sí?
O eran como de una miscelánea, o eran, o sea...
No, sí eran de Miniso.
Sí,
creo que sí eran de Miniso.
Sí, o
creo
sea...
que eran de Fer.
Creo que costaban como 10,000 pesos, con eso le digo...
A ver, yo quiero un momento, porque es que podemos hasta encontrar, si de pronto todavía los venden, podemos encontrar el precio.
Yo no sé yo por qué me acuerdo...
Para que reveles
que era
el
como
secreto.
10,000 pesos. Yo no sé, en mi cabeza tengo que costaba los 4 o 5 colores, los 6 colores costaban como 10,000 pesos.
A ver, colores.
Todo es a 10.000 hoy.
Estos no. No.
El almuerzo, los colores.
Pues, o sea, hay un kit de esferos fluorescentes. Vienen 8 esferos por 9.900.
Sí, es que mi inicio es de 10.000.
Sí. A ver. Lápices de color neón.
No, pero estoy 100% seguro. Me acuerdo, es que no se necesita, para hacer un dibujo no se necesita nada.
Sí, pero
Honestamente.
sí, como 10.000.
Sí, eso no tenía mayor misterio, le prometo.
Y Jair dice, quiero comprarme unos cuando vaya. Y dice, sí, siempre 2 cuentas. Muy bien,
Bueno,
Jair.
pero pilas, ¿no?
Y
Pilas con el
suscribido
doble.
Suscribido. Uy,
Uf.
ya, cancelemos la
No, no,
transmisión.
no.
Suscrito Jair con las 2 y campanita en las 2. Si no, este es el momento, Jair. Lola Onigiri dice, confiar en el proceso, así sea lento, desesperante y agobiante.
Eso, creo que eso está dentro de la definición. Esas palabras están dentro de la definición de proceso.
William Felipe dice, hola, ¿cómo están? Está genial, Nicolás.
Muchas gracias,
Hace
William
rato de
Felipe.
nuevo no escuchábamos, no
No
sabíamos de
William.
William Felipe. Hoy hablamos fue de William Ferney, mi profesor de matemáticas.
Ya se me había olvidado, pero sí, sí.
Robert Ortiz was asking you, can you tell us a technical art secret?
Oof. Well, there are no secrets. There shouldn't be, right? Why would you keep secrets from people? So, I don't have any. I mean, I'm painting in front of people we've been painting in front of people for like 2.5 years. So anything that I would do would show immediately.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't believe in those things. I don't believe painting is there are secrets in painting. Let me see. Things that I have learned though from painting myself that I feel other people don't make an effort in telling you or in emphasizing enough. With that, when you do brushstrokes, I always like this one. When you do brushstrokes, like people tend to think that a brushstroke is it's like a single thing that you just grab, you just mix paint, lift paint off the palette with your brush, and then deposit it on your substrate, and you just go block, and that's one thing. That only means one thing. And what people don't tell you is that it is very, very different, like vastly different. Like universe, like it's a completely different universe. When you apply a lot of pressure when you put a brushstroke down, or when you just very lightly put a brushstroke down, like super, super lightly, almost like barely touching the surface. Those two are very, very different things. And the two of them are super cool and super important. But they are very, very, very different. So learning how to use those two, learning that a brushstroke is not one thing, but two, essentially two, is super nice. And usually I find fascinating the one where you have to like very, very slowly, very almost, subtly, subtly. I don't even know that's a word, but do it in a far more subtle way. I think I don't think that's a secret. I think that's just something that people don't emphasize enough.
Julia Tober.
What?
Dice, ahí les tengo que confesar algo.
Yes, Julia Morena.
Yo empecé Dark, pero no pude seguir. Me pareció para mí muy darks, jajaja.
Chao.
El mood me ponía muy de malas pulgas. No me baneen. Ya
públicamente
lo estoy
no.
baneando,
Sí.
No, mentira.
Públicamente no. Si yo estuviera en ese computador, 2 minutos. ¿Cuánto es que le dieron a Julia esa vez? 7 minutos
No, creo que dice como 300 segundos.
Ah, bueno, yo le hubiera dado a
500
Julia
segundos.
300 segundos de ban. Pero Julia, o sea, no todo el mundo puede tener buen gusto. Esa es la
Jair
realidad.
Piñeros dice chao, Julia.
Sí, Julia, la realidad es que no todo el mundo puede tener buen gusto. existe gente que pues
Pero Julia se la puede
desafortunadamente...
ver en el día. Si le pareció muy darks, de pronto le da miedito.
No, Darks como sentimental, creo, es lo que está diciendo.
No, darks siempre es como oscura, como miedosa, ¿no?
No.
Darks sentimental.
Obvio. Una persona darks es como mechón, así como la vida duele.
No, pero se le dice darks es por como oscuridad.
Pero yo creo que se está refiriendo a eso.
No.
Pues le puedes preguntar,
Julia,
pero creo que sí.
darks de sensibilidad, como dice Nicolás, o darks de dark, como que es muy oscura.
Porque oscura no es. Esa serie no es
Sí.
oscura. No.
Sí, pues o sea, yo entiendo, tiene suspenso, entonces de pronto hay gente que le da
Ansiedad.
como nerviositos.
Pero también, y sin decir nada, pues gira en torno como al amor, como a relaciones, como...
Al tiempo,
Bueno, yo...
al espacio.
O sea, yo estaba como tratando de ser re vago, pero...
No, pues pero al tiempo se puede, o sea,
Ujú.
todo puede ser alrededor del tiempo.
Sí.
William Felipe dice, jaja, lo siento, a veces no logro, pero los chismoseo en Instagram. No, antes chévere que esté acá William Felipe. A ver qué se ha perdido. Ah, bueno. William Felipe, que vive en Bogotá, que nos había dicho. ¿Cuánto cuesta el corrientazo cerca de la casa de William Felipe? Es que estuvimos en un debate
No era
hace un
debate.
tiempito. No, estábamos
Debate no.
hablando sobre eso. Julia dice, de oscura, se siente densa, como dice Dani. Gracias.
Ah, no.
Yo puedo con series densas, pero si veo algo de luz, perdón lo cursi, pero en esa no sentí luz. De pronto me faltó darle más chance. ¿Cuántos capítulos se vio Julia? Quiero saber. Es que de pronto solo se vio el primero.
No,
Cody
sí.
Winicky.
O sea, yo 100% Julia, usted estaría todavía en los 300 minutos.
Cody Winicky was saying, Nicolas doesn't like to tell people about his secret Scooby snack type biscuit that make him paint really good.
It's called Domino's Pizza.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
Every time you say that, I wanna
You're
order
antojated?
it. Yeah, you antojate me. Julia dice, como 3 o 4.
No, no es suficiente. Pues para mí uno es
No.
más que suficiente, pero de nuevo, hay gente con mal gusto en este universo y pues necesita de un empujoncito más grande.
The cold Bex that it looks good.
Thank you.
William Felipe dice, hace rato no como corrientazo, pero en mi época era como... Pero en mi época es que... O sea,
No, pero salió
necesito
regañado.
años y todo.
No, pero William Felipe ya no va a volver, salió regañado.
En mi época era como...
Está todo feliz saludando y ya lo está regañando.
Pero en mi época era como 8 lucas con postre, sopa, jugo, mejor dicho, de todo.
Sí, todos estamos por ahí.
Julia dice, jajaja, Ash Nicolás, uno no puede banear por mal gusto.
Tiene razón, pero...
Pues la verdad, uno puede por todo.
Sí. Pues Dani la baneó a usted creo que por nada.
Fue un chiste.
Por nada.
Jair Piñeros dice, chao, William Felipe. Ay, es mentira. Lola Onigiri dice, Julia, dale una nueva oportunidad y lo ves con los ojos entrecerrados, es muy buena a pesar de lo densa. William Felipe dice, ahora debe estar como en 10, no sé, es que ahora cocinamos, jaja, pero calentado potente cerca como 12,000. Sí. The Cold Spec said, can I have shout out?
Of course.
¿Cómo así?
So a shout out to, so let's say hi to.
The Cold Becks.
There we go.
William Felipe dice, jajaja, no, ¿cuánto es? No, sí. Es que yo estaba diciendo que el corrientazo cerca donde mi mamá cuesta 13,000 y Nicolás dijo, no, esto es mucho.
Sí.
Y Nicolás decía,
todavía.
con 16,000 pesos comen 2 personas. Y yo le dije, sí, pero el corrientazo ha subido. Entonces empezamos a hablar de eso y Yo creo que llegamos a que hay corrientazos desde 7,000, creo que fue el que dijeron.
Sí,
De
puede
7,000
encontrarse.
a
Dependiendo de los barrios,
18,000.
dependiendo del sitio donde uno vaya, sí.
Bueno, no, a 18,000 está muy caro.
No, pues 18,000 ya.
A 13,000,
Un
sí.
restaurante.
Callum
Oh.
was saying, hola a todos. Hi, Callum. I just wanted to ask about washes. I know
Yeah.
some artists use acrylic washes to quote unquote knock back their paintings. Kind of like what James Jean does.
Oh, yeah.
Is there any way of doing this in oils?
Not quite. Not quite the same, though. Not quite. It's far more complicated because your wash can't be... It has to be super, super thin, like those acrylic washes that James does, for example, which is crazy. Like, he's doing like unimaginable things with acrylic. He's insane. He's on another level. But it's a little more complicated because a wash can be super simple if you're working with acrylic. It really, quite literally, can be just water and just over dilute paint, and then that's it. And you can just put a wash and then just take away with a rag if you want it. But with oils, you have to start thinking, okay, I have to really thin down my paint. What do I have at my disposal that can do that? You don't want to do it with oil. Like, a ton of oil in an oil painting is just recipe for disaster. Like, if it's just oil heavy, that's not good. Your drying goes all over the place. It's just not, it's not easy. And it would never feel the same way as just a wash, an acrylic wash. So all you're left with really is solvent, but you can't quite do that with solvent either because solvent is solvent. It's going to eat up your paint. It's going to eat up the paint that's underneath if you're not careful. So maybe you can get away with it, but not really. So what you can do is some sort of glazing, like a form of glazing, which is not the same as just putting a wash to like knock things back or to like, alter the color. So no, I think this is one of those times where we have to say that's a wonderful thing that can be executed really beautifully in acrylics and really simply, but it's not quite that simple in oils. It just isn't. There's just no way of doing that simply. So the closest thing would be to either risk it and do it, with solvent, knowing that solvent can, pick up your paint that's underneath, which is very, very risky, very risky. So I would never tell people, like, I can't in my right mind just tell people do that because it's not good practice. Or just some form of glazing, which, it's different from a wash. So it takes time. You have to be super sure about how stable your layer is underneath, and a glazing medium is never going to feel quite like a wash. So, but you can do it. You can get close to it with glazing, but not exactly like what you're describing with James's paint. That would take a little bit longer actually to execute. You can execute something like that. So that's going to be my answer. But I think it's better. You can execute something like that, but it's going to take far, far, far longer to do.
Jair Piñeros said, I use acrylic wash to fix my drawings before painting with oils. Jair Piñeros, other account, said, who is this artist that's doing great things with acrylic washes?
Oh, James Jean. Or Jair Piñero's first account.
Yeah.
So one of those.
Jair Piñero's ink color.
Yeah, one of those two is the one that's doing great things.
Andrei Blason Art said you can squeegee it over dry layer.
Sure. No, but I think if you look at James's account and if you follow him and you noticed how sometimes he puts process pictures of his paintings. Oh, these are quite heavy washes that he will put down, and it's pretty remarkable. So it's not quite the same. It's it's something that's very inherent to acrylic. So
Academia de Arte Jesús Jiménez dice, buenas Dani, Nicolás. Pregunta para Nicolás.
Sí, señor.
¿Cuándo te ha sorprendido una pintura tuya?
Cuando me sorprende. De pronto, bueno, cuando las vuelvo a ver. Cuando no las he visto por muchos años. Y como que las veo y me siento, no mejor, no se trata de sentirse mejor ni peor, pero me siento como en otro sitio en mi vida. Entonces cuando las veo, siento que se me hace raro que yo hubiera sido, pues no sé si capaz es la palabra, pero que ese fuera mi trabajo en ese momento. Entonces me ha pasado mucho con pinturas anteriores que pues no tengo tantas opciones de verlas de nuevo porque pues yo ya no, o sea, no conozco dónde está la grandísima mayoría de mi obra, pero si las veo, no sé, es como ver la obra de otra persona. Me impresiona un poquito ese como uno se siente como fuera de sí. O sea, me siento más viendo a un pintor ajeno que viéndome. Entonces, pero no, que no sé si lo preguntaba, ¿cómo era el nombre? Discúlpame.
Academia de Arte,
Ah,
Jesús Jiménez.
entonces Jesús, Chucho. Eh, pero sorprenderme en cuanto a, uy, o sea, esto me salió re bien. No, 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 así no, nunca. Eso sí,
No, pero
no.
yo creo que uno se puede sorprender a veces y en el caso tuyo, digamos, doy el ejemplo del de Andrew the Giant, que tú
Sí,
decías que te sorprendió en el sentido que pintaste tal cual lo tenías en la cabeza. O sea,
sí,
tal cual querías pintarlo, lo pintaste.
tal cual.
Y eso, y eso no creo que sea uno diciendo como, uy, que esto lo hice yo. No,
Sí,
que tampoco creo que esté mal uno decir, uy, qué chévere que esto lo haya hecho yo. Eh, pero pues sí puede pasar que uno diga, pues me salió exacto como lo tenía en la cabeza.
sí, sí, bueno, te entiendo en ese sentido. Sí, de pronto es que no estoy como evadiendo un poco ese sentimiento de uno.
Pero es que yo creo que ese sentimiento no es malo si uno lo sabe entender, porque yo
Mm,
creo que así como en el proceso de pintura, uno se tiene que dar cuenta de lo difícil que es y del como el... Ay, se me fue el struggle.
¿Lucha?
Sí, sí, como de esa lucha que está teniendo uno y esa lucha constante que tiene que tener uno con la pintura para que la pintura le devuelva un poquito. Pues yo creo que de ese mismo modo uno también debe ser consciente de los momentos donde le sale a uno tal como uno lo quería.
Sí.
Y eso no está mal, o sea, eso no
No,
es
no.
como falta de humildad, falta de nada. Creo que es tan justo como darse cuenta cuando uno algo no le sale. Eh,
Ahorita como estábamos hablando de Chucho, de Jesús,
ujú.
y dijiste de ese mismo modo, me acordé, o sea, mi cerebro dijo de ese mismo modo acabada la cena, me acordé de la misa.
¿Qué?
De ese
Como
mismo
estabas
modo
hablando de Chucho, además no de Jesús,
de Jesús. O sea,
de
yo,
Chucho.
o sea, mi cerebro oyó Jesús
Y de
y
ese mismo modo,
creo que es de ese mismo modo
se
acabada la
acaba la
cena.
cena.
De ese mismo modo acabada la cena, dicen en misa.
Ujú.
Y ya, mi cerebro se fue a eso inmediatamente.
Gracias.
Mi mamá estaría
Me
feliz.
demuestra que no me estabas poniendo atención a
No,
mí,
ay,
sino que
Lindita.
tu cerebro tenía el miquito de los Simpsons ahí.
Bueno,
De
sí,
ese mismo modo. Pero a mí a veces me pasa.
pues,
Tú
pero
dices algo y...
bueno, pero en esta oportunidad estabas compitiendo contra Dios. Entonces, no sé, o sea, si de verdad quieres tener esa discusión, ponte a rezar y discutes con él porque yo y con mi mamá.
William Felipe dice, dice, se me perdió. ¿Cómo van con el perrito? Se me olvidó el nombre que le tenía a Dani.
Uy.
No, el perrito va a ser una realidad en diciembre.
Ujú.
Ya estoy ansiosa, esperando feliz a que llegue mi chili. Se llama Chili. Y tiene nombre
Mm.
desde que tengo por ahí que 4 años.
No sé, ¿me estás preguntando o?
No, estoy contando.
Ah, qué pena.
Mortimer Duncan said
Mm.
fake. You can tell he's not really painting, it's just Photoshop. So, can you say hi?
To Mortimer?
No, like your head or something.
Oh, hi.
Yeah.
Hi. No,
Yeah.
I think they're joking.
Yeah, I mean, I know. I hope.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I think so. The internet surprises you, though.
Belts was saying, were there any famous / fun art secrets from art history? Only heard sources of pigments to get certain colors a long time ago was super coveted. Trade secret type info. And a smiley face.
Let me think.
I mean, I could Google. That's my go-to.
Yeah, I don't know if that's one of the easiest things to Google though, but I'm trying to think if I remember reading something that was technical that I something akin to like people thinking that Rembrandt had grounded glass into his pigments, and that's why the paintings are so luminous, which is BS. There's nothing strange about his technique. Nothing. They've done so many tests on so many paintings, and there's nothing weird about them. That's what's most painful to people, to realize that there's no secret. I'm trying to think. What is interesting? Or in like a secret thing, not just like technical stuff, because I think technical stuff is all fascinating always, but let me think about priming maybe, or about mediums. No. I always heard this rumor that Fetchin used to lick his brushes. And that's why his paint was kind of almost like how it feels for me. That's the way they would describe how painting would feel when he was painting. So maybe I'm happy because I'm kind of feeling the same thing, and I don't have to lick my brushes. And don't lick your brushes, please.
Yeah, not even the watercolor ones.
No, because that's not.
I did
like
that.
Oil is not what is going to kill you.
Exactly.
Painting, the pigment is
yeah.
what's dangerous. So don't do it.
Well, I found a BBC article that says new scanning technique reveals secret behind great paintings.
Oh, Jesus.
Again, I don't know what it says.
Oh, start reading. Pull a Danny.
Researchers
okay.
in the US have used the new scanning technique to discover a painting underneath one of Pablo Picasso's great works of art.
But yeah, okay.
The Crouching Woman.
Okay, but that's...
Yeah, that's not...
No, that's super common.
Yeah. So again, not the article we needed. Let's see.
I'm curious. What did you search? Secrets painting?
No.
Secrets in painting?
No.
Painting secrets?
No.
Can you tell me, or?
Painting technique secrets art history.
Oh.
Black Frederick said, did Rembrandt store his pigments in pig bladders?
I don't think there were bladders back then. No, I think bladders are... Well, you could check that for me. Like, when did they start storing paint in bladders? No, I think that was later. That was probably 18th century. No, maybe later. I'm going to say 18th, but maybe later. No, I'm going to say 18th. So not in the 17th century for sure. No, they would mix the colors fresh. 100%. Yeah, they would mix their colors for that painting session all the time. No?
Momento. Por favor.
Wait.
Momento, no.
No me jodas.
No, sí, me dice que porque leo sin saber que estoy leyendo, y cuando estoy leyendo me afana.
When?
A ver, espera. painting. No, oil painting.
No, that's too much.
Oil painting. Pig ball ladders. By the late
1840s? Is that what you're getting?
no, 1700s.
Oh, okay.
Artists, colormen
Yeah.
throughout Europe were selling their oil paints in these bladders.
Oh, okay, so I was good. Stand by my answer then.
No, I
What was
found
that?
an interesting article.
Yeah. Did you know that?
It's called Alchemy 8, Bladders and Meglip. The Eclectic Meglip.
Yeah, Meglip, we talked about it.
The Eclectic Light Company.
That sounds like an 80s dance like band or something like that.
The Eclectic?
Mm-hmm.
Or Meglip? Too?
Meglip? No, I don't know what Meglip would be.
Like a dancing move.
Dancing move?
Yeah, do the Meglip.
Do the Meglip.
Yeah. Jeff Avila said, love this one. Gotta go. Bye.
Thank you, Jeff. Always amazing. Thank you.
William Felipe dice, chili. Sí, sí. Chili. Solo chili. Yo es que iba a decir otra cosa y sé que tú dices que solo chili. Entonces, chili.
Pues es que chili también, esa expresión es muy utilizada
Es que no
por
es
la
una
mamá de
expresión.
Dani.
No, lo que pasa es que yo lo he contado, pero como siempre quise un perro y siempre dije que quería que se llamara Chili, como mis papás no estaban de acuerdo, no me dieron un Chili, pero decidieron llamarme Chili. O sea, me decían de cariño Chili.
No.
Entonces, mi mamá me dice Chili.
Muy triste, ¿ah?
Sí. ¿Quieres un perro que se llame Chili? No.
Sí.
Te lo vamos a recordar llamándote
Sí.
Chili todos estos años.
Sí, terrible.
Chili. No.
Después me decían Barbie.
Y
Ese es
sí,
un chiste chévere. Tenía
está
dos pasos.
pésimo.
No. Pedías una Barbie y nunca te la
Pues
dieron,
sí,
entonces.
entendí el chiste.
Como no se
Gracias
la vamos
por
a dar.
explicarlo.
Como no se la vamos a dar, le vamos a decir
Gracias
Barbie
por
de ahora en
explicar
adelante.
además el chiste que yo fabriqué.
Mm.
Muchas gracias.
Mhm.
Jean Roussine
Ooh.
said, Chili is the cutest name for a dog. I love it. Oh, thank you.
You know what I was about to do? I was about to pinch my painting so I could zoom
I
into it.
mean, as they were
Nice.
saying, as Mortimer
It's
Duncan.
Photoshop. I
it's
almost,
Photoshop,
I
though.
almost got caught.
AHES said, I was thinking about the acrylic wash. If you were using water-soluble oil paint, isn't it
Okay.
possible
Well,
to do such washes?
well,
I have never tried such paint, but I know that you, Nicolas, did use it.
Well, yes, except yes, you're right. You're right. Like it is oil paint and it is water miscible. So in theory, yes. But the thing is, water miscible oil paint dries as slow as oil paint. It is like, ugh. In fact, it's actually slower, if I have to be honest. At least in my experience when we did the couple of weeks with water miscible oil paint. But, so, I mean, it would work, even though we kind of established, again, in our experience, that water is not the greatest of mediums for water miscible oil paint. It's actually a really crappy medium.
Yeah, because it's not intended to be the medium.
No, it's intended to be the solvent, but it's not intended to be the medium. So it's good for you if you have to wash your brushes and just clean your palette, and it'll clean your paint. It'll wash it off. But it's not great. It's not as if it imparts paint with like a wonderful quality when you thin it down with water. It really doesn't. It doesn't work that way. So then it would be a matter. So let's say the handling wouldn't be quite the same, and it wouldn't really. And then it would be a matter of just time, I guess, because you can do it. I mean, you can have like thick paint underneath and then just wash something on top of it with just plain water and thin down water miscible oil paint. Sure, you can do it, but if you wait 20, 25 minutes, it'll still be fresh. It'll still be like, it leaves like a residue. It feels different. We could give that a shot, I guess. Do we still have water miscible oil paint?
Yeah, I have them.
Okay, so
and I have the medium I bought.
I mean, we would have to do indirect painting, so it would have to be like a process painting. But maybe I could give it a shot. Like,
Mossy was saying, I was wondering, is the table you're painting on at an angle?
yes.
Yes, it's at a kind of 45.
No,
Not right now?
no. Actually, no, it's probably... No, it's like a 60-degree angle out. No, but it's not quite 45. I know that. Or is it?
It's 45, but
You think so?
yeah, I mean, I'm seeing it.
Okay, so let's trust Danny. Yeah.
But I mean, if you
I
want to
think
say it's 46, it would be
No.
fine.
I was
too.
thinking it had to be a little more upright than 45, but
No, it feels like 45.
yeah.
Well, from here.
I trust you.
But I don't know. Darian Gallardo
Mm-hmm.
dice, Nicolás, quiero que sepas que para mí eres un compendio para el que quiera conocer y comprender a la pintura. Todos los días estudio alguna pintura tuya diferente. Tenía que haberte encontrado antes.
Uy.
Y un emoji riéndose con ojitos.
Pero si me va a decir esas palabras, invíteme a almorzar primero.
No, pues
muy
antes.
amable.
Muy amable.
Invítenos.
No, ¿y a mí por qué?
Traiga comida.
Sí.
Pues no sé, Lindy, te vas a comer gratis, entonces.
Siento que él es como está más
Melo.
sobreexpuesto una gotica. Se lava un poquito ahí, no mucho.
¿Ahí en dónde?
Ahí donde estás pintando, mira. Acá.
Sí. ¿Lo quieres bajar?
Lo puedo bajar.
Sí, es que se ve más sobreexpuesto que antes,
Ujú.
realmente.
Voy a apagar la cámara porque
No, tienes
la
que...
mía, la webcam,
bueno.
porque si no yo
ahí como
encaramada.
trepando.
Sí.
So, Danny's noticing that we had overexposed the shot, but I guess you overexpose it for when the paper is blank, but then the camera does really weird stuff with the exposure once you start adding color. Not weird stuff, I guess expected stuff. But it is quite overexposed now, like way more than it was at the beginning. So I just asked Danny if she could like lower it.
Está en más 0.3 ahí.
En cero, pongámoslo a ver.
Ay,
Wow, sin caerte. So, okay, we could leave it there. Yeah, thank you, Danny.
you're welcome.
As always.
I mean, I'm the
Todera?
unseen part of our painted lives.
No, you are the
Well,
scene.
the scene part.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
Also the behind the scene. So I'm in the scene and in the behind the scene.
Okay, yeah, there we go. The hero.
No, I wasn't trying
You
to
are
say
my
that,
hero.
But
No, you were fishing for compliments. So
No.
you got there. You got there.
I was just trying to say that.
Everyone sent Danny money.
No. What? Where?
Well, they could, but
Well.
we're not gonna
We're joking.
make that possible.
So.
So
Nikola Smijarevic.
oh God,
Smijarevic
oh Jesus
Smijarevic.
Christ. Oh Jesus Christ.
Said, I would recommend Cennino
Chenino.
Cennini
There you go.
for interesting and weird stuff about materials.
Yeah.
He gives very specific instructions to painters of Quattrocento.
Yeah. Oh, good. Yeah.
I
There we go.
mean, you just caught me off guard.
Oh,
But
I did.
I'm on point with my.
Your Italian, it's getting there. Yeah.
Well, I don't know where it's getting
Yeah,
somewhere.
it'll get us far. It'll get us.
Well,
I'll let you do the talking in Rome when we're there.
no.
Yes, it's all
No.
you. No.
I would use my phone and put out loud the translator. So
Jenny no Jenny ni.
I love that. Callum said factoid.
Okay. Oh, we've
Robo Callum, we were missing this.
we were missing
bank
these.
of information.
Come on, if you're gonna
Unlimited
do one,
bank of information.
if you're gonna do one, you got to do at least two more. You can't just like throw one at us and then just leave.
The luminosity, scientifically speaking, comes from the layering. If you consider the top layers as behaving as satin glass, they basically refract the light. The opaque underpainting provides the base, and the top layers bounce light around inside them, hence the glow.
Callum?
Thank you, Robo Callum.
Yeah.
Great fact.
With the facts.
Um,
But I need another one, and I need an arbitrary one, Callum. So drop it whenever you want, unexpectedly.
AHES said, I had a friend once that rated paint brands by the taste.
Oh, gee, come on.
Their colors, by the taste their colors would have. From my understanding, blue was his go-to color.
No, I know that sounds fun.
No,
I know. I did stupid things in my life. I think we've all done stupid things in our lives.
I would not say fun, but dumb.
Well, yeah, I'm sure did your friend also ate like Tide Pods?
Tide Pods?
Yeah, those Tide Pods, those little pod things that people were eating.
Oh, for the...
Yeah, for challenges and stuff.
No, yeah, the ones for the washing machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get...
No, but your friend, I mean... If you were a good friend, you know what you would have said? Don't do this, dude. Like, don't. You don't have to do this. Because it's like objectively very unhealthy. Very, very unhealthy. So, yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
Julia Tober.
Oh, who's that?
Nicholas, I have another question. Sorry if I'm asking too many.
Oh, wait.
No.
One was too many.
No, Julia. Ask more, please.
I thought she was in the 300-second band still.
No.
I was hoping.
No, it just ended.
Yes, Julia.
Today, I was looking into illustration agencies.
Ooh, nice.
I didn't know much about them, but suddenly they seem like a very good option.
Yeah, they're very good.
What do you think about them?
Yeah, they're very good. A friend of mine is part of one. And, I mean, ideally, you're not paying for one where there's 200 artists, because that would be absurd. But ideally, it's few people that they actually reserve their right to represent. So the best agencies are the ones not that you pay to represent, but that they choose to represent you, and they're going to take a percentage off of your jobs, off of the jobs that they get, for you. Those are the best ones, because there are agencies that you can just pay, and, there are going to be tons and tons and tons and tons of artists there, and you're going to get a few jobs, but then you're going to realize, okay, it's actually more expensive to the money that I'm putting in than the money that I'm getting out of this. So you could look for the good ones, show your portfolio, and hopefully if they feel like they can represent you, that's the best option that you can get. Because when they say they are going to represent you, they mean it. Like they are going to show, and they are going to show you around and look for jobs for you, because that's how you're going to get jobs, when people are actively showing your work. Other agencies, all they are websites, and they are just open, like almost like open source websites where people that need a job, they'll just go to those websites and they'll just say, okay, I could use this person, and they'll just click on a name. But I know that that's how many of those things work nowadays, but there's a smaller chance to get jobs like that than to get jobs like, quote unquote, the good old fashioned way, where just people are literally representing you and not just putting you on a website. If they put you on a website, they're not doing any effort at all after that. So,
Lola Onigiri dice, jajaja, Nicolás, todo aliméntenos. Sí, con lo de que te invitará a comer primero.
Pues, pero pues también es como por pura decencia.
Camila Ogorman dice, ay, me encanta Me encanta.
Me
Me
encanta.
encanta. Me encanta cuando N le dice lindita a D. Y
Ah,
muchos corazoncitos.
así nos decimos.
Sí. Pues yo no te digo lindita.
No,
Así no nos decimos.
no, y me haces sentir fea cuando no me lo dices, pero bueno.
Sí.
No, yo le digo lindita, se me hace que es como
Sí.
la persona más linda
Ay,
que he conocido en
Coco.
mi vida y es chiquita, entonces es petite, entonces lindita es. Y además eso, si me conocieran, como que eso para mí es el extremo más, o sea, es como de las cosas más cariñosas que puedo
Yo creo que tus
decir.
hermanas estaban súper sorprendidas al principio.
Nunca me oyeron
Decían,
en mi vida
¿cómo le dice?
oírle,
Nunca me
como,
oyeron oírle.
no, nunca me oyeron decirle a nadie como algo, como algún sobrenombre cariñoso. Pero
A mí
se me
también me encanta
despertó
cuando...
con Daniel Ira, entonces.
A mí me encanta cuando me dice lindita.
Y es que eres muy linda.
No, ¿qué dices?
Pues eres muy linda, o sea,
No.
yo joven hubiera pensado, no te hubiera hablado de lo nervioso que hubiera estado.
Pero es que
Como,
yo no... Tú joven
era un idiota, es cierto.
y yo no... No,
No, nunca me hubieras parado
no. Éramos personas buscando cosas distintas, entonces nunca te hubiera...
parado bolas.
No, nunca habría pensado en ti como algo más. Que
Que
pues
un
ahorita...
idiota.
No, que... Pues o sea, no pensaría en ti como una pareja. No vería como el... Sí, no, o sea, no vería en ti lo que yo estoy buscando en una pareja, que
Estoy.
agradezco, no, lo que yo estaría buscando.
Uy, estaría. ¿Me quieres decir algo con lo que
Porque,
estás diciendo?
no, pero yo en este momento encuentro en ti todo lo que quiero en una pareja.
Uy, salvaste.
No, a eso iba, pero no me dejaste hablar. Pero sí, Camila, a mí también me encanta cuando me dice lindita. Que es siempre.
Sí.
Marcelo Peralta said, great conversation today. Has to stop screen printing a few times to laugh.
Oh, you're screen printing? That's awesome.
And Camila Ogerman sent some crying, laughing emojis. Ty said, as a student, did you practice art while watching TV? As a pro, can you work while watching TV?
No. No, never. I can't do that. I can't multitask like that. I can only listen to like a podcast. I do that a lot. I'll listen to a podcast. But usually it can't be like a super immersive podcast, like one that requires me to pay way too much attention. That's why for me, like football podcasts or like sport podcasts or video game podcasts are the ones that I listen to, because that's like, I have like 2 brain cells, so I can dedicate like one to that and one to painting. But no, I actually love watching TV, I guess. I mean, I love watching good shows. I'll say that, or watching a good movie. And I'll never understand how I can separate like my brain. I don't know. I just can't do it. I know Danny rewatches shows. Like if it's a new show, like she'll say no. I
mean, it depends on the show. I think I've told you about this, but I need a show that has like a voice that narrates everything. So I can't be painting or sculpting or whatever with, for example, Dark.
Oh,
or a series like that has like action happening, like things are happening
that you
and
can't,
you have to
you have
watch.
to look. You
exactly,
have to.
exactly. Or they have like silent moments
Yeah.
in the episode, and you have to see to know what's going to happen or what's happening. I can't do it when it's like that. But sometimes there's more narrated series that I can. And I've watched a lot like that. I mean, I used to watch...
That's why you liked Jane the Virgin.
Yeah, I loved it.
There's a narrator there.
Yeah. And for example...
I didn't, by the way.
Modern Family, things happened. But if you were listening, you can get what was happening. So...
No, I can't do it. I really, really can't. I never did it when I was in school. Never did it when I was young.
Well, but I have to say that Jane the Virgin, I rewatched it like that. Because when I was watching it, I was like full watching it. So, but yeah, there's a lot of other series. I would say like lighter series that I can watch while I'm doing things. Because, I mean, if I put a good series, what happened is that I realized I've been sitting down since 2 p.m. and it's 8 p.m. and I haven't opened the paints. So, I mean, I'm just like watching without realizing time is passing. So, that's not a good combo.
No. That's why visual correspondence gets delayed. In my case, I know. I'm joking.
Ty said, I'm really dying to see a painting done by Danny. Could you please show us? Oh, Ty, you can go to my Instagram. So it's Daniela OCMP. And I have some of my work there. And also, if you see some of the visual correspondence that we've done here in the channel, there's paintings I've done for the visual correspondence.
Is there a playlist, Danny, for those?
Yeah. It's called Visual Correspondence.
No, there we go.
All caps. Alejandro Morales was saying, Nicolas, I feel something special about the rendition of Danny in today's painting. I love it. Have a good night, people. Enjoy the rest of the stream.
Oh, thank you. No, that's very kind. Yeah, there's a lot of Danny-ness to this one, which is very nice. And it's very, I think it would be, I mean, what's cool about this is that we can actually talk to people while we're painting, so we can tell them what is going on. So this is the Wilfred Wood drawing, and this is actually the sculpture. But it just looked like layers. I actually like the fact that it's very much like almost like a flattened landscape, and it just feels layered, layer upon layer upon layer, but it's all kind of squashed in the middle. So there's something super, super nice and flat about it, but I don't know. I think that all of these shapes just sandwiching you, and you kind of like withstanding all that sandwiching, it's kind of nice. I actually like that.
Holden Willard said, hey, Nicolas, your drive inspired me at the onset of the pandemic. Been painting every day since.
No way. Awesome.
Cheers from Maine.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, if you're in Maine, do you know Tim? Tim Wilson. I know Maine is a state, so, you know, I'm aware that it's a little bit bigger than just a small town. But my buddy Tim Wilson paints in Maine. He's a Maynard. So, and he absolutely adores it. He goes to the rocks and he challenges death every single time he sets to paint. So it's pretty amazing.
And maybe if... Oh, yeah, Holden said, yes, I met Tim.
Oh, he's incredible.
We showed his work at Cove Street.
Oh, he's incredible. Incredible. Like a beautiful human being, I would say.
Julia Tover said,
Who is
awesome,
that?
thanks, Nico. Voy a tomar esa voz de fastidio como una señal de cariño.
Who is talking?
No sé.
I don't know. It can't be It can't be the Julia that's in timeout.
No.
No.
La que bloquea el canal. Espérate a ver. Peter Chan said, speaking of podcasts, this stream is one of the best to listen and paint to. Oh, that's awesome. I love when people say that. I mean, they use the streams we do as a kind of a podcast, but with some visual interest. Because I remember I heard that. They're like, I mean, it's not like, of course, what you're doing is the center of what we are doing here in the streams.
I don't
But
think
I love
so.
that people that are painting can say that they feel like they're painting alongside you.
Yeah.
So,
And
like,
is this
they're
Peter-
listening to us.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Danny. Go ahead.
No, they're listening to us and they can see the screen and see what's happening, but they can continue painting.
Yeah.
And it's like company. That, I mean, and I want to clarify that, because when I said with visual interest, I don't want that to sound like what you're doing. It's not the interesting part. I
What?
mean, it's
No,
the essence
I would
of
never
it.
take it that way.
No, because I wanted to clarify because it sounded weird.
I don't
So-
think it sounded weird. No, not at all.
A visual podcast, I would call it. No?
Well, podcasts usually have a little more structure than we do, I would say.
Not every podcast.
Well, not every podcast, but they usually have some sort of structure. So I would say ours.
A visual conversation, would you call it?
Is this, oh, by the way, is this Peter from Toronto that I met and who's a great painter? Or is this Peter that I haven't met, which is also a fantastic painter? Or this is a totally different Peter, which I haven't met, who is quite possibly a great painter, but I don't really know.
Julia Tovar dice, jajaja, yo también los quiero y un corazón roto. Julia, todo es molestando.
Yo cuando dije que la quería.
Y obviamente, el molestar es un lenguaje de cariño. Cody Winnicky said, sometimes I will rewatch LOTR.
Lord of the
Rings, yeah. Me demoré un poquito. Well, I do art because I don't need to pay attention to it. Also, they are so long that it's a nice time measurement. Haha.
Yeah.
That helps me too. Sometimes I rewatch movies and I know that if they're in this specific scene and I haven't done anything, it's like, this wasn't a productive day.
Yeah. Call it quits. This was
yeah, I'm gonna keep watching the movie because haven't done a thing.
We have officially not done a single thing today.
Jean Roussine
Ooh la la.
was saying, do the visual correspondence pieces go up for sale on the website? I never thought to look for them. Would have totally bought that last sculpture. It was amazing. Oh, thank you.
Oh, yeah. They go as pairs, though.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I think Danny's sculpture would have had to haul my ass because that was a really, really great sculpture.
I don't like that. I like to say that your painting and my sculpture were meant to be together. It's not like one is carrying the other. No, because I know. And I said this in a visual correspondence, I never want to think about your things carrying mine, because I think my things are worthy by themselves and your things are worthy by themselves.
Nicholas schooled.
So no.
No, I'm kidding.
No, but you know what I'm trying to say.
You're obviously totally
I know
right.
you're joking with
no,
it.
I wasn't. I totally get what you're saying, but I'm also like a sensible human being that sometimes says, wow, this piece that you did today is really amazing. And I think it's fine to say those things.
Yeah, but you can say this piece is amazing because I see your painting and I say, wow, this piece is amazing. But I never say, wow, this piece is amazing. Mine is not as amazing, so you're carrying me, because that's the place I would never want to go.
No, and you don't have to. You don't have to go there.
We're equal artists.
I know, but you don't have to go there. But I am, and I'm not saying this about you, by the way. But no, but I am, like, I can tell when you do something that's super, super cool that I maybe end up liking a lot more than what I did for the week. So I think that's fine. I'm not scared of saying that. Like, and because we put them up as pairs, I think it's totally fine, and I think it's very quite possible, and that sometimes people are going to say, I actually want Danny's sculpture and I don't like your painting.
Or I actually want Nicola's painting and not Danny's painting, but I'll get both of them. So.
Yeah, so I think that's fine. I think knowing that is fine, and understanding it is fine, because, if I feel it at times, then that means that other people can feel it, and it's okay. Like, I don't get offended by that, or I don't get...
Jean Roussine
oh la la
said, cool idea to sell them together. I'll be on the watch.
Yeah. I actually took more time this week than I usually do, because I was struggling a little bit, but I finished today. So, yeah.
Had no idea. That's a spoiler. No, I mean, that's not a spoiler.
Not at all.
Because it's not like you're talking about the content of the painting.
I think the content is always important. the part where we say why we got to the image, I actually like that part the most. The image is, because the image is always like what we do every day. Like it lands on an image, so it is about an image. But like I could show the painting today.
No.
Well, and we'll talk about it on Monday.
No, I don't like it like that. I like the surprise of Monday's revelation. So
I mean,
that's how I feel Mondays for me. Like I'm always super excited.
It's a revelatory
and
experience.
I get what you're saying about the conversation.
Yeah.
But I would say that I think that both of them are amazing because I think, and maybe you feel the same, but you're trying to word out what you were trying to do with the painting. So it's like, the painting has something that you want to say, and the painting is saying something, but you're also wording out that. So I think both are amazing because sometimes while I'm doing the response, like the act of painting or sculpting solidifies the idea I had in my mind.
Yeah.
Like when the painting, let's say it's a painting, when the painting starts to develop, I kind of understand more what my intent was. So
yeah,
I love visual correspondence.
No. I could have shown it, but no. If you feel more comfortable showing it on Monday, that's fine.
Yeah, because I mean, that's why we have visual correspondence for. It would be amazing if people that are interested in seeing it can join us on Mondays.
We could give them like a spoiler.
Well, this is a spoiler.
For the people that are
the other
here
one's
right
like
now.
The revelation. Camila Ogorman said, "It's perfectly clear. That's what I do, painting while listening. That's why I'm terrible typing, haha." And Camila just proved the point because Camila typed, "It's perfectly celar."
Okay,
and then corrected clear.
There we go.
Cody Winnicky said, "It's like the Seinfeld of painting podcasts."
It's about nothing.
Peter Chan said, "From Toronto."
Oh, Peter.
Been a few years.
Yeah.
You're very kind. Thank you. Lucky to finally catch you live.
Oh, it's so good to hear from you. I keep up on what you're painting, so that's awesome. That's super, super cool. So big hug to you.
The Cold Bex was saying, "Please, can you please, pretty please." I think they were talking about showing the painting, but I would invite the Cold Bex to join us on Monday for the visual correspondence.
Yeah, I'm not going to do anything that Danny doesn't want to do.
No, because I don't want to be like...
This is all on Danny.
No, imposing things, but I do really like the revelation part of Mondays. So
call it revelation. I feel
for
that
me,
it's like
they're revelations.
end of days.
Revelation.
No, that's terrible.
Revelatory painting.
That's even worse. That's way too much pressure.
Revelatorvus.
That is not a word, so that's better.
Lauren James said, "Hi from Australia. Only joined in the last half hour. It's 8:30 in the morning here. Is Nicolas painting from a photo reference? Would love to see what he is painting to see his interpretation."
Yeah, I am. Promise that tomorrow I'll share something so you guys can either paint along or follow through.
Mozzie said, "Enjoyed today's session. See you soon."
Thank you. I'm almost about to call it quits on this one because there is something super staggered and super abstract about the left side of the painting that I wanted to happen, but I was a little scared to to leave it just super, super open. But now I'm gaining enough courage to say, no, I actually like it like this. So I am about to finish, to be totally honest, because it's very broken, very, very broken. but I kind of like it. The moment that I realized that the all these other shapes that are surrounding Danny are were really abstracting themselves quite a bit. I thought, okay, let's run with this, and so that's why I kind of kept that really strange flat layered look. I think it works kind of nicely. Yeah. So it's really weird. It's almost like this head belongs to this place, but it's almost floating at the same time in space. So I don't know. I'm intrigued by that, and I also like it. So it's kind of nice. I know that my instincts would be to develop a lot of these shapes and to try to spell them out a little bit better. But I'm trying to fight that instinct with this particular painting. So maybe we're gonna leave it like this, or like this in a second.
Canitram said looks good.
Thank you.
Julia Tover dice,
I don't know who that is.
La pareja pasada de Visual Correspondence me en mayúsculas encantó. Está empatada en mi favorita con la de Dani de camisa blanca y el torso de Nicolás.
Esa es chévere, sí.
Sí. A mí todas me encantan.
Sí, todas son experiencias distintas. Entonces todas son... tienen razón de ser como relevantes para lo que estamos haciendo, yo creo. Que lo más bonito es como la adición de todas, siento.
Sí, sí, sí.
Pues cada una de ellas es como una etapa, pero lo chévere es como poder entenderlas como un trampolincito para seguir haciendo. Entonces...
Spaghetti said, hi guys, been a long time fan of your streams.
Thank you.
Great morning watching and listening in Australia.
Oh, our Aussie friends. G'day.
G'day?
Yeah, that's my Aussie, but it was terrible.
I have a question.
Please.
Do you have tips for a lightweight setup and methodology for oils?
Lightweight setup in terms of like space, you don't want to make it a little too complicated.
That's how I understood the question.
Okay. There are paint boxes that are pretty, that are pretty wonderful nowadays. They are remarkably versatile. They don't really occupy space. All you need is like one of those boxes and a tripod. So if you already have a tripod, maybe for your camera, those will all fit the screw that's underneath these boxes. There's people that like Tadrets that do paint boxes like that from cigar boxes, which are pretty amazing. So if you are thinking about just being a little more effective about the use of space, and you don't want it to be too elaborate, you want to minimize like those variables, I would definitely say, I don't want to say brands because we are super brand agnostic, and I don't want to make you feel like if you can't get the brands that I speak about, then you're gonna get something lesser. No, just look for pochade boxes or paint boxes or small easels, small like French easels, or small easels that you can kind of fold up.
Yeah.
Look for those. I think those would be great choices if you are trying to be effective about it. Those usually come with pallets that you can, fit into the box. So
and you can store the paints inside.
Yeah, exactly. So they're very, 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 very nice. And again, all you need would be a tripod that you can get, like a lightweight tripod or a cheap tripod. Like we have one that we use for camera stuff. That is, it's nice. It's not super, super light, to be honest. But if again, depending on what your budget is, you can get very, very light, wonderful tripods. But you could get a cheap one. You could get a super cheap one that, if it fits the screw, that's all you need for it to be sturdy enough to hold your box. And then you can paint in your living room if you're careful enough. And you just set up, cleanup is like super easy and you're done. So you don't really need a studio space for that. Don't ever feel like that to paint, you need a studio space. So, that would be my suggestion.
Advice.
Yeah.
Kevin Ravana said, I definitely listen to you both while I'm working or attempting to paint.
Oh, that's
awesome.
Yeah.
Happy to have you in our channel,
Yes,
Kevin.
always.
Lola Onigiri dice, pregunta curiosa.
Sí, señora.
¿Han pensado en hacer un curso online sobre pintura?
No con otras, no con compañías.
No,
pero nosotros ofrecerlos, sí.
2023.
Sí, eso es parte de nuestros planes de 2023. Serían como cursos de... O sea, todo esto no es nada formal, no estamos... Pero lo que hemos discutido con Dani es que pueden ser cursos como de 10 semanas. 10 semanas, una vez por semana, con tareas, con como presentación de contenidos, ejercicios que se tienen que hacer durante la semana. Se trabaja así como estamos trabajando ahora, pero con base en ejercicios específicos. Todos trabajamos en ese momento. Presentamos ese ejercicio y de pronto una tarea la próxima semana. Y así, sí, sería como 10 semanas. Costos serían similares a los que... No, es que por ahora no estamos diciendo nada definitivo.
Pero... que yo te conozco y a veces...
No, tampoco me comprometería a nada que no hayamos acordado los dos. Yo nunca te irrespetaría de esa manera.
No, y no digo eso, sino que iba a decir a veces te emocionas.
Sí, pero no.
Cuentas...
Pero con cosas que serían inofensivas me emociono, pero no con cosas que sean decisiones que tomamos los dos. No, yo te respeto muchísimo en eso. No, pero los costos hablamos de que sean coherentes con todas las otras clases que hemos visto que se ofrecen por esa longitud de tiempo. Entonces no sería nada distinto a lo que hay en el mercado. Entonces sí, estamos como en esas. Vamos a ver si lo podemos ejecutar el próximo año. Nuestro plan es hacerlo, pero pues bueno, compartiremos más eso cuando ya tengamos las cosas mucho mejor diseñadas.
Lola Onigiri dice súper y Camila O'Gorman dice anotada.
Ay, qué lindo, muchas gracias a ambas.
Y Lola dice, ay, qué chévere, y como un emoji de ojitos de puchero. Cakeiro dice, está increíble, Coco, me fui un momentito y volví a todo el fondo y se ve demasiado top.
Ay, tan querida, tan linda, top. Muchas gracias. Cakeiro.
Top. Mia Araujo said, hi Danny and Nicolas.
Hey Mia.
Been listening while doing errands. I love the composition of this painting and the planes of Danny's face are gorgeous.
Thank you. Well, that's all her. I just painted.
No.
I'm just painting, but yeah, I actually really like it. It's a very flat painting. I don't think it's at all a painting that relies, and I don't know if you, because I think I'm done. I don't know if you remember at the beginning that I was saying, oh, maybe it's a little moment where you left for some water or something. But I was saying how whenever I don't feel like light is helping me model a form, I'm very reliant on drawing marks. And usually those drawing marks mean that my paint kind of flattens a little bit or takes on a different character. And I'm okay with that. I'm super, super okay with that. I much rather acknowledge that it's taking on a different character and be able to paint the painting than to struggle so much that, because I have to paint it this way, I have to, and nothing is happening. And, I end up having like a terrible painting experience. So I am not at all afraid of letting, paint sort of mutate as I'm painting and dictate where it's going. And I wasn't quite anticipating that it would look so much like this, which I think it's like a nice kind of jumbled, mesh of like flat kind of painting marks that at times, do model stuff, but not really. I think it does rely a whole lot upon just shapes and like you said, like composition. I think that was absolutely key. But I have a ton of fun doing those paintings because they are challenging in different ways. Sometimes modeling can save my butt. Sometimes just making something completely three-dimensional can be the thing that just pulls everything together, and you see this form turning in space, and that's enough. And you go like, yes, I was able to communicate the three-dimensionality of something. I'm done. I'm good with that. I think today was not going to be that case. Just the lighting condition, everything being so diffused, was very difficult. Was very, very difficult. So it's almost like you're painting. You can struggle and force your painting to be about something else, or you can just say, okay, I'm going to take this and run with it, and just, I'm not going to push. I'm not going to kind of subject this painting to what I feel is the painting that I should be able to paint. No, sometimes in my process, I'm super happy by saying, hey, I wasn't quite expecting this character to be present in today's painting, but I'm going to try to give myself a second and recognize if it's working or why it's working or why it's not working, and see if I could like reassess and redirect the painting so that it works. And I'm going to go with it. I'm going to run with this. And maybe it wasn't the painting that I was planning on doing, but it's the painting that is happening right now. So I much rather just seize the painting opportunity that is happening and hopefully learn from it than, maybe prematurely call it quits or be kind of beaten by the painting because I just wasn't expecting that this was going to be what I was going to paint. So today was kind of surprising in that sense. It became about this kind of flatness, very staggered, kind of noisy. It feels like a rickety painting, like clack, 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 clack. There's a ton of like just folding rhythm, very kind of flat, clashing, folding rhythm. I don't think it's very violent. I don't think it's very loud because everything is very compressed. Tones are very compressed. It's very very gray, as it always tends to be with my painting, which I'm totally fine with that. But like I said, I wasn't expecting that. But as soon as I started to see the character of the portrait when I started painting it, I was like, okay, that's going to be our painting today. And let's make the best out of it. So I had fun doing this. I had a ton of fun doing this little bit of this wooden sculpture, which doesn't feel like a wooden sculpture. It feels more like a horizon. And I really had a ton of fun doing our Wilfred Wood drawing up here because it's, he's one of our favorites. So, and that drawing, I think it's fantastic. So it's very nice. Like I said, it almost feels like geographic in a sense, like geological maybe. That's even better. It just feels like layers. It almost feels like there's without really looking for it, there's a sort of landscape quality to it. So yeah, I'm happy. I'm really happy. Are you good?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it was something in the mail.
Okay. So I think I'm good.
Yeah.
Good.
So thank you.
Yeah. Thanks everyone.
Everyone.
Yes.
For being here.
Yes.
For being our company and for the great time we always have.
Great.
Well,
yeah, it's always good. I've never I've felt defeated at times doing some paintings, to be honest. Mm-hmm. You've known this. Like sometimes I finish and I'm like, oh, I sucked today, or this was really hard today. Like I almost like decompress and I'm like, oh Jesus, this was tough. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I'm not happy. Sometimes I'm not happy, but I don't see it. Like it takes me like a little bit, like a day. And you're like super wise and tell me, don't, look at it tomorrow, or just maybe leave it, look at it tomorrow. Sometimes I'm super stubborn and I keep working on it just because I can't let myself just let it go. But I have to say that even at those moments that are like signify real struggle for me, I don't think I've ever, in all these videos, in all these years, like I've never finished and said, "Oh God, thank God we're done with this video." Like, thank God. I think that people would notice. I really do. I think people would notice if I'm just annoyed by painting, or I just don't want to be here.
Yeah, and you can be annoyed with your painting process.
Right.
But it has nothing to do with the live streams.
No.
I mean,
no.
I would even say that live streams have been very good, like a very good company. To those days that maybe you were not that happy with the painting you're doing.
Yeah.
Because you're not like stuck in your brain with the fact that you don't like what you're doing and like beating yourself up because you don't like it.
Yeah.
But you can have like a different conversation while you're painting.
Yeah,
so
it takes you're totally right. It does take my mind off of just, circling around the idea that something's not working. It's almost like it gives me a little bit of peace, and it simplifies everything, I feel. Like in my brain, if it's not working, then do something. Like I'm more prone to like maybe take something out or repaint something. I mean, God knows we've had days where I have to repaint things many times. And it's okay. I think I've grown to feel okay with that. It's a really cool feeling. Like it's always going to be a sort of this experience that's supposed to make you feel horribly insecure. Because I think that if that feeling goes away, then painting loses some of its weight and some of its meaning. So I think it's always meant to be kind of like a harrowing experience where you know that you're about to mess it up if you don't concentrate. But I like that feeling now. I kind of know that feeling is just there, and it's kind of nice. It's not, it's always scary, but it's not threatening. It's not that threatening anymore. So, anyways.
So, thank you, everyone.
Yes.
And wait, what day is today?
I forget.
Wednesday. So, we'll see you tomorrow.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
And that's it.
Yes.
Bye, everyone.